It's me, it's Mr.79 here on this glorious day of May 22nd, 2017, and if you are excited as I am, folks, let me tell you, you are excited for a good reason. Because we're gonna have PiG vs. Guitarcheese, a best of 9, a rematch actually. If you would, it's a best of 3 of a best of 9. So Guitarcheese destroyed PiG the first one, and then PiG destroyed Guitarcheese the second one, and now this is the third one, so gonna have to see who exactly is going to destroy whom. Hey, do you want a link to cast the channel? I would put the link out there if you guys want me to, but I'm not too certain. I don't want to, you know, post links in this chat without permission. Or maybe, maybe we do. Maybe we do. I'm not so certain. Looks as though PiG is almost ready as far as I can tell. My lips are exceptionally red. There's a good reason for that. I shouldn't get into it right now, though. The chat is... Okay, I think you can see it, right? No, this interface doesn't show the mouse. Okay, that's interesting. Well, over here you can see, like, I'm gonna type, like, 111. You see that? On the bottom right hand? Kind of, like, right there or something. Yeah, so right now we're in his chat. He's just waiting. The map order is going to be Sequencer, Ascension, Defender's Landing, Abyssal, Blood Boil, Odyssey, and Proxima. And it will all be done on the WCS Game HUD version of the map in order for everything to look just that much more pretty. Good stuff, folks. Good stuff. Let's make sure this everything is alright. Okay, casted link here. We're just gonna go ahead and post it in his chat because we're dangerous and we live dangerously, you know? We live dangerously. I'm just gonna post links in his chat, like whoring our channel. No remorse at all. No remorse at all, folks. A little bit of remorse, but hey, that's a-okay. I currently do not know about something. Hang on 1 second. Gotta fix some stuff in our bureaucracy. Should be just a couple of more minutes, folks, till we are ready to Ragnarok and roll. As far as I can remember, it is going to be random versus random, which is definitely very nice. As you can see, PiG was recently playing a game with his Terran race, which is a little bit interesting because, you know, generally think of him as a strong Zerg player, not a strong Terran player. But you know what? It shows that he was kind of practicing to kind of get into this. He enjoys playing random, so I think it's going to be a very even match between Guitarcheese and PiG. As a result, his Terran was definitely looking very strong in that last match. Guitarcheese, though, definitely not a push around a WCS challenger. Are you kidding me? You can never expect an easy fight out of him. So, whichever way it rolls, however the cookie crumbles, however the cherry is put on top of the cheese, will be up to PiG and Guitarcheese. Test case one looks like the Terran bug rate. Alrighty. Alright, tweets are out. Stream files are adjusted. Good to go. I told Swagger he's going to be hosting live since he wanted to use Game Heart. So waiting on that. Oh no, I'm a terrible hoster. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh no. No, see, I'm a good host. Invite to party. I'm gonna invite you to party. And I'm gonna invite you to party. And we're all gonna party and have a good time because I'm competent. Alrighty, folks, and with that, we should be practically ready to get into the first game. First one is going to be ahead and be Sequencer. So we're going to go to Custom. We're going to type in Sequencer. There we go. I researched how to do this before, and I'm going to go WCS Game Heart, Create Game, and let's hope that's it. If it's not, you have every right to get mad at me, Guitarcheese, every right to get mad at me, PiG. A-okay. But looks as though our players both are ready, so without further ado, we're gonna go to the lobby chat, say both players ready. I am obviously not on team 1. We're gonna go ahead and switch ourselves over there. I will be the referee, just because I feel like it. Guitarcheese is ready, and is PiG ready? PiG is always ready, but is he super ready is gonna be the question. And it looks as though he is not super ready. Scandalous. Alrighty, we have red on blue, just so it looks a little bit more prettier. It is on the Game Heart version of Sequencer, so that should definitely improve visibility at least a decent amount. PiG is we're still waiting on PiG. Have a little bit of a while to go now. Okay, here we go. Just take a sip of this. Yeah, weren't expecting that to come out of a mug, were ya? It's my weird way to eat talkies while still playing StarCraft. It was either that or the funnel, and I just don't want to deal with the funnel right now, folks, so I guess we're just waiting. PiG seems to be a little bit waiting. He's just being patient, I suppose. But you know what, not a big deal, yo. You know, we can definitely wait. We can definitely wait. Beep beep. Beep beep says Guitarcheese, and I'm gonna hit him with a fat on honk. Honk to show that I understand that it's making car noises. PiG is taking a little bit of a while. Let's go ahead and leave. That's not good. Okay, PiG is indeed ready to go, folks, so LOL was waiting like, why are these guys taking so long? Oh, that bee's niche. I'm just joking, folks. Not a business. Go-Go is called. Good luck, and folks, we are just like that. We are ready to jump into game number 1. PiG versus Guitarcheese, random versus random. King of NA random title is on the line as we jump into Sequencer LE. Let's get on into it, folks. Poof. And look at that. What a beautiful interface. Flawless integration. Amazing. Oh. And I forgot to turn on my caster settings before the match started. That's okay, because you know what, we're adaptable, and people generally don't care that much, except maybe me, so I guess that's something to think about. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Sequencer. Without further ado, representing our blue Zerg player, it is PiG. And his opponent spawning in the bottom left-hand position of Sequencer. He's representing our red Protest player. Folks, give it up for Guitarcheese. With a quick hit of the control, and we are ready to jump on into it, folks. And let's go into a little bit of the history behind these two players show matching against each other while we go ahead and wait for the openers to be decided. So PiG is going to go for a pretty standardish, safe-ish build, while our friend Guitarcheese is just gonna go ahead, hit that gas first, or rather gateway into gas. Nothing too unusual for both these players. And let's talk about these players' histories together. So the first time they did this best of 9 show match, I believe it was a couple of weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago, I believe, and Guitarcheese just absolutely slaughtered the hell out of PiG. Like, he sent him to the butchers, man. It was not even super close at all. I think it was 5-2, maybe 5-1, something along those lines. Guitarcheese performed exceptionally, and then the one after that, next week, our friend PiG actually brought it back against Guitarcheese, making him look like a chump with that 5-2 victory, as I was being told. So now, I guess this is just kind of a revenge match, the mono-on-mono kind of duel of it. And I think part of the reason why we saw so much variance in between these players and, you know, how they perform versus each other in various series, you gotta understand, folks, StarCraft isn't really a game of randomness, but there are a couple of things you can take advantage of, like random races, you know, stuff like that, and I think that is what is allowing PiG to either excel in a series versus Guitarcheese or lose in it horribly. Honestly, I believe that Guitarcheese may be the better player by a small margin, but I'm not so certain. Either way we look at it, folks, you are going to have a very, very, very close game. Or at least one should hope. Now, let's go ahead and switch it like that. Nope, I had it right the first time. Alrighty. Looks as though our friend Guitarcheese is going to go ahead and go for what appears to be a Glaive Adept opener. His wall-up over here is completed, so PiG shouldn't be worried about anything anytime soon. This is his first scout of his race at the 2-minute and 37-second mark. A little bit late for our friend PiG to go ahead and make a decision. And now look at this, he really needs a third base up versus his Protoss adversary. I can't help but wonder if PiG sent out a drone scout, would he be in a better position than he is now? Would he have been more adapted, you know, gotten that third base up much earlier? Because at the 3-minute mark, that is a little unsavory. Thank you for following Logic Soldier, for supporting the channel and supporting show matches like this. I do sincerely appreciate it from the bottom of my intestines. I would say the bottom of my heart, but my intestines are larger now. 2 more gateways are on the way, and resonating glaives as well, so we should be seeing Guitarcheese definitely go for that. I think it is 7 glaive adept push. The real thing behind this, though, is what the follow-up is. And judging by his timings on his gas, whether or not he's gotten a mothership core or not, he may transition from this into a double Stargate, which is a very popular way to go ahead and get out of this, really bully your way into that mid-game, really take a lot of footholds on the map, protect yourself against Roach all-ins, and you can very, very, very easily get to Storm without the Zerg being too active out on the map, so definitely a popular style. And as I say that, Mothership Core is on the way, as well as no guess on the natural, so it may very well just be a Glaive Adept expand. Not sure how solid that may be, but we're gonna have to wait and see. This is our friend PiG is gonna go ahead and start abusing this map. He is playing his hometown race of Zerg, so we should be seeing a very, very, very strong performance out of him, to say the least. Guitarcheese is gonna go ahead and take this Nexus over here, which is definitely the one that doesn't have as many minerals as one would like it, and very deficient on gas. 2 workers going down for our friend Guitarcheese. Both of them are down here, I believe. Guitarcheese, his attack has been delayed very, very, very much so. And look at this. This one overlord with 1 Ling inside is preventing the attack for such a long time. Meanwhile, back at home, PiG is just content to macro on up. He is getting his roaches. He is getting his overloads. He is hitting those macro strides. And while it is 42 to 40 workers in favor of the Protoss player, which is never a good sign, you gotta hand it to our friend PiG for how well and how much he's been able to pull our friend Guitarcheese out of position, which has 1 Ling and 1 Overlord. Now, one Stalker is gonna go ahead and warp on it. PiG just tried to drop it. It's like, you know, maybe you can get something done. This Stalker should gun down this Overlord, and the question is, does Guitarcheese move out? Because at this point, you gotta give credit to the Zerg player for, you know, having a proper defense setup. So I'm gonna go ahead and say he stays back at home, has a little bit of respect for PiG and his defense, because I think if he moves out with these adepts, they are just all going to die. And as I say that, he warps in a bunch more and goes for the attack anyway. So what do I know? Looks as though this drone is going to go ahead and take this base all the way over here just to sustain a nice income. If you take a close look at Sequencer, it is a very cruel map income-wise. This is a low yield expansion, this is a low yield expansion. You have to expand so uncomfortably just to have basic bases. And now Guitarcheese is moving on out. A huge gateway explosion at the follow-up, so he definitely is looking to put on some hurt toward PiG. The more the series goes on, is he gonna let the shape finish? There is no way. Looks as though our friend Guitarcheese is looking to go ahead and skirt around, trying to be active out on the map. These rotors do not have speed, so no. Is there even a layer? I would be very surprised if there were not. And yes, there is a layer finished. Roach speed getting very delayed. I guess he just wants a couple of roaches for defense. He's not going to move out with these bad boys, but still, I shudder to think what he could do if he had clear reconstitution, how active he could be out on the map with this nice handful of roaches. Because right now, if we take a look at the units tab, 15 roaches, that is definitely not a not scary push, folks. That goes across the other side of the map, and you need an immortal, maybe a couple of sentries, adepts, overcharge. I mean, it's nothing to be trifled with. Does Guitarcheese scout the 4th base of PiG? Unfortunately, no. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't scouted the main base either, so he's only scouted around half the bases of PiG, but that's really kind of a mute point there. Now, let's take a look at that gateway follow-up. There are a total of 10 gateways out on the map, and honestly, folks, this has to be an all-in attack of some sort. There is no way you transition away from this as a Protest player. You don't have Blink, you don't have Charge, you don't have Archive Templar, you don't have any Immortals. This has to kill Pig, and it has to kill him now. These roaches are actually a little bit out of position. Hero Constitution is not finished, and these adepts can just keep chasing. There they go, the first big shade forward. Moving over to our friend Pig. How is he going to react? 11 more roaches are on the way, but I don't think you want roaches, you want banelings, and I don't see any of them over here. The roaches getting surrounded, the roaches of Pig not doing as well as they could have. The adepts just murdering everything in their way. 68 armor supply to 57. Our friend Pig may very well just had his back broken, macroed a little bit too hard, made a little bit not too many banelings. He had the nest, he just didn't have the time. Spine crawls going up in each base. There are still a large contingency of roaches over here, but damage is being done. These roaches are severely outnumbered. 14 roaches to 31 adepts and falling. The roaches are all over the place. The adepts aren't taking the best engagement versus some of the roaches, but it's still not looking like it's going to matter. 11 drones going down. This is already some very powerful damage, but Guitarcheese needs to do more. Over here, these adepts are not getting cleaned up. The roaches are going on down. Pig, he really needs to defend this front, otherwise both fronts are broken, and he may well just have to tap out of this game with this home race nonetheless. Guitarcheese still trying to push on forward. Glaive adepts aren't very good versus roaches, but glaive adepts versus unupgraded roaches in high enough numbers, they aren't bad, folks. And look at that, roaches going down by the dozen. Another warping coming on down. This warp prison, the MVP of this match. Pig realizing it, trying to take it down with Curse of Vows, but I think it's too little, too late. The Raptors morphing on in. Less health than the roach, less armor, and more susceptible to the adepts. Consequently, I don't think it's going to be looking very good for our friend Pig, folks. 56 armor supply to 33. The adept shade forward toward the natural. And are these spooky ghosts going to go ahead and finish? Yes, they are. And Pig says, oh no, that's a lot of spooky ghosts. And the roaches have all but fallen. Double the armor supply is Guitarcheese. At this point, Pig is just absorbing the loss, seeing what it means to him. Actually, a warping of Zealots out of all things. I think that may well have been just a small mistake from our friend Guitarcheese. If we take a look, does he have charge? No. Okay, so probably meant to warp in Zealots, or actually, it could be in Tantra. They have nice DPS versus roaches, definitely. More adepts now warping on in. Pig has lost the base. He is losing this one. He is not winning any battles, and he sure as hell ain't winning any wars. 127 supply to 59. Pig knows the writing is on the wall. The roaches get shaded on top of. There's no escape. The Zealots hacking and slashing, dicing and micing away the roaches. And this warpism, how many units have this bad boy must have warped on in? My guess is somewhere in the realm of 74 quintillion, and maybe then some. 88 armor supply to 17, 51 workers to 16. Guitarcheese could lose everything, and Pig would still be in a horrendous position. Pig trying to do the best he can, cutting with the Zealots. Doesn't want Guitarcheese to get the win as easily from him. 48 drones have gone down, folks. This is why you gotta love Game Art, because you just know it is all over. 3 roaches in production. Where is Pig's attention? Let's go ahead, turn on his player's camera. Just trying to macro a small contingency of roaches, seeing all that there is to see. He has a couple of roaches, but he must know this isn't enough. He sees his supply. He's looking at the army. The thought is going through his head. GG, well played, and Pig goes down game number 1 and concedes the victory to Guitarcheese. Boy, howdy, folks. That was a pretty damn good game number 1, if I do say so myself. A very well played game by both races. Oh, look, a protest making adepts. Captain Meth Passion, Pog Champ. Lasers OP. Yes, indeed, lasers are OP, and apparently so are like little balls of light photon glaives or whatever it is. Next map, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Blood Boil? No, Ascension to Ire. So Ascension. How come all the map builds have these like weird like third like, you know, like 11th grade vocabulary words, man? I'm not that good, believe me. Game of Heart. My vocabulary definitely isn't that up to par. Gonna go ahead, load up Ascension to Ire, and thank all of our concurrent viewers. 26 is a nice ass number. So big shout out to Clarity SC2, Mr. 789, which is me, Nightbot, Sonic Aftermath, Drift, Sax, Jedi Zealot, Sax Passion, Sayak Sushi, Boosted Kappa, 1, 2, 3. Gotta do this while I'm giving shout outs. Borgib, Drox, Endanil, Jeffries, Mindcraze, Nokru 801, Norpet, Sippy Cup, RNX Pike, Shadow Bites, Terran Alpha, The Living Dead for the win, and Zane 178. You are definitely using your time constructively. Make myself a referee just for the power trip. Go to the lobby. Ready? Go, go. So Pig is ready. We're just waiting on Guitarcheese. Gotta check my text messages. Okay. Okay, I assume I didn't join the channel fast enough and Guitarcheese said he was ready. So we're gonna go ahead. Draco nowhere. And switch the map over as we get ready to load into Ascension to our folks. I guess the talkies are kind of the reason why I had the Hearthstone lips going on. Not that it's the bad thing, I'm just saying Hearthstone lips, not necessarily the worst lips to have, not necessarily the best either. Alright folks, blatant pro-shaming, lip-shaming aside, we are ready to get into game number 2 folks, so spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ascension to Wire. Representing our blue Protoss player, he couldn't make it happen as Zerg and he realized lasers imba. Give it up for Pig. Former Zerg main. And his opponent spawning is in top left hand position of Ascension to Wire. Representing our red term player, he is up 1-0 so far in a very convincing game number 1. Please folks, put your hands together for Guitarcheese. Representing Psionic Aftermath. And while we're at it, Pig is representing XL5, though it doesn't say on his tags. We all know what Pig is all about. Now, a quick hit of the control and the N, and we are ready to rock and roll. Looks as though our friend Pig, he realizes all the shit that Protoss can do in a very cheeky way, and goes for the double gas opening. For those of you who are unaware, this definitely means one of two things: pylon rush or pylon rush with the Stargate. Either way, folks, my Protoss heart is swelling with imbalanced pride at the moment. Now, Pig snaking this probe across the outskirts of the map, which kind of suggests to me he wants to go for the proxy Stargate. And yes, there we go. First pylon is over there and is down. If you check the rally on the Stargate in the future, it should be going right to Guitarcheese main base. Now, executing and defending against a pylon overrush. Overcharged pylon rush. We'll go ahead and call it that. It's definitely one of the more difficult things to do, especially if you're not super keen with either races. It is a huge macro battle, so definitely Guitarcheese has to be hitting those macro shrines. What we really need to shut down this aggression are bunkers and cyclones, and if he can get either of them up, he's going to be in for one hell of a rough ride. Getting the reactor on the barracks, not a great start to the defense. You generally want a little bit more out of that barracks to kind of shut down the probes out a little bit too forward. Is he getting a factory any time now? He should be getting it as soon as his gas allows him to. And our friend Pig, yes, has thrown down that Stargate. Pig also chronoing that Mama Ship core. Yeah, he knows what is up. The Reaper's gonna go ahead and jump into the main base. First thing it's gonna see is what he's not gonna see, and that is a natural base. And the second thing it's gonna see is the gas and another gas, and as any dirty Protoss will tell you, that is not for a quick +1 attack, folks. Now, Guitarcheese, how is he going to go ahead and prepare himself? He's trying to pump out Marines. What's really important is that Pig did not make a Zealot, so this command center should finish on up, and that means Pig has to do a lot of damage with this push. First Oracle has begun construction. No engineering bay just yet from our friend Guitarcheese, making a little bit too much supply actually. 2 supply depots on the back. I really hesitate to think, what if those were that were an engineering bay, you know? Because he's gonna need a lot to defend against this Oracle. The first pylons are already going on down. You need at least 5? No, you need 6 Marines to take out an Oracle. A Cyclone is a good start, but it's definitely not exactly what you want. First pylon is gonna go ahead and get killed, not cancelled, from our friend Pig, and now Pig is gonna go ahead and one pylon does finish on up, and he knows what to target. This pylon is clicked right onto this reactor. He knows what he needs to take on out. Oracle is gonna go ahead and find an end. The Cobra command is retreating, but for now the main base is naked, and this Oracle is gonna go ahead and start racking up the kills. 3, 4, 5, 6. No reaction from Guitarcheese just yet. Marines moving forward to respond, but Pig already doing a lot of damage with this Oracle. Getting a little bit greedy, but unfortunately not killing the Oracle. 7 Oracles already going down in the offensive, and now Pig has broken down the front face of our friend Guitarcheese. The supply tip has already gone down. The reactor as well. The SCVs were not able to repair. But it looks as though there are enough Marines to go ahead and push our friend Pig back and away from his base. Pig did not throw down gate base after this, or behind this rather. He'd rather opted for that quicker nexus. And honestly, I can't help but feel that may have been a little bit of a mistake. I mean, sir, 22 to 20 workers is fine, but not doing any damage and having this worker count is fine for the Terran. So when you actually commit to try and do damage, and you get 7 SCVs, but the overall command still survive, you gotta understand that you're not in an amazing position. Guitarcheese is even sacrificing this game to see what is what. If we take a look at his vision, he did not end up scouting if there was a Twilight Council as the follow-up. So PiG, very confused as to what he wants. You generally really need 3 gateways after this, otherwise you're just gonna get destroyed by a counter push. But I assume he knows what he's doing. A couple of Cyclones are already finished on up. Gonna go ahead and lock onto this Oracle. Oracle laughs as it runs away. There are 2 Oracles out for our friend PiG, but you know what beats 2 Oracles? 1 missile turret, folks. 1 in this main base, and 1 over here. Our friend Guitarcheese, if he senses blood in the water, or rather he senses... Actually, no, this isn't sensing blood in the water. This would be more like sensing anemia in the water. Right, if he senses anemia in the water, from the deficient lack of units for our friend PiG, he could actually do a serious amount of damage. 3 Cyclones? Are ya kidding me, folks? 29 and 34 total workers and mules on the way. Guitarcheese is in a phenomenal position. Oracle is going to go ahead and fly on into the main base, but it should be plenty well defended enough to go ahead and halt any sort of shenanigans. This Mustard is going to go ahead, start firing away at the circle, and 1 does go down. PiG gets a little too greedy for his bridges, or big for his bridges, whatever the mannerism is, folks. You know what I mean. And Guitarcheese, yes, he has sensed his strength out on the map and starting to move across. 25 armor spot at 15. Not an impossible hold for our friend PiG. He has, I would say 2 overcharges available to him, and a Void Ray and a Sentry. 1 overcharge does go down a little bit prematurely, and 2 gateways are about to finish on up, as well as +1 attack and glaives, though I doubt either will be finished by the time Guitarcheese decides to commit. And actually, both will be finished by the time Guitarcheese decides to commit. Because he ain't committing. There is a medevac already on the map for our friend Guitarcheese. Now, seeing him play as Terran has noticed a couple of things for me. He's noticed that he has a problem with medevacs and how to make them and how to drop with them. So definitely, we have to watch out for that for Guitarcheese, man. Definitely needs to be able to keep that in check. And this continued Cyclone production is actually really scary. Those don't hold a lot of equity later on in the match. And your stim is getting delayed. And his stim's not even being researched, folks. There's only one reason why he's not researching STEM, and that is because another factory is on the way. Guitarcheese knows how to tug at my heartstrings, and a couple of other strings as well that will remain anonymous for obvious reasons, but still, Guitarcheese is going to go ahead and try and make it work versus PiG. He is up in supply, which is definitely a plus. Reactor is on the way for this factory. I think, though, you know, here's the thing. PiG has no inkling of this whatsoever. He knows there's a reactor on the factory, and that's it. It could be Widowmine drops, it could be more Cyclones, blah, 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 blah. Guitarcheese, however, he's getting a bunch of Cyclones, and while Adepts aren't horrible versus Cyclones with Glaives, you definitely want Charge Rots, Immortals, Archons, all the good traditional mech stuff to go ahead and buffer for your army, because Guitarcheese right now is building a very powerful army. He isn't building any Sea Shanks just yet, which I am a little bit concerned with. Those are really the backbones of any mech army. You know, those are the Stim Marines, those are the Adepts, those are the Zerglings. Those are really what you need to make a mech army work. Now, PiG is going to go ahead and scout this out just now. And what he does know is that there's a bunch of Cyclones, but he also sees the bio and the medevac. So, whether or not he reads into this as being mech play is completely a dice roll at this moment. Third base is on the way for our friend PiG. Guitarcheese never took out this target, so it can definitely open up some abilities for our friend PiG to quickly tech toward Fleet Beacon in a way to counter mech. Now Glaives has finished on up as well as +1, and he's beginning Disruptor production. Well, here's the thing, Disruptors used to be good versus mech. No, they used to be okay. They used to be okay versus mech, and then Cyclones didn't get one-shotted by them anymore. And now you make a Disruptor versus mech, and Guitarcheese doesn't even have to split. He just laughs and eats the shot. Not even eating it in the basins. Like, he like pours milk on it, and now there goes to Pound Town. So definitely, I would need to say that PiG, at the 8-minute 39-second mark, has not realized that Guitarcheese is going for mech. He now sees a huge swath of Cyclones, and now the gear should be turning, folks. Guitarcheese decides to commit to this engagement. I'm not sure that's a very wise idea. This Void Ray and Adepts definitely do a lot of damage, and forced to back away for now is our friend Guitarcheese. More Cyclones are on the way, and PiG, he thinks he isn't finished. Gonna go ahead and shape forward aggressively. I'm not too certain about this. The reinforcements are arriving. Is there an army yet for the transformation of Hellbats? Yes, there is an army, so Hellbat should be morphing in any second now. Clarity SC2 cheered $400. No more control ends, says our friend Clarity SC2. We'll address that after this big engagement. 12 SCVs going down. Was there warping in the main base? I don't know. Maybe this natural base got ravaged, but already our friend PiG is doing a lot of damage to our friend Guitarcheese. Now, PiG is gonna go ahead and try to push on in forward. There are only a couple of stalkers and adepts left, but already so much has gone down for our friend Guitarcheese. I think he may have gotten a little bit overzealous out on the map. Didn't have that strong mech backbone, and now he's taking significant damages as a result. More adepts are gonna go ahead and morph on into the main base, and PiG right now decides to retreat, but 27 to 50 total workers, folks. I don't think it's looking too amazing at the moment. Now these adepts are gonna go ahead and try to do what they can, take them forward down to the natural base location. There is a grand total of 1 mining base for our friend Guitarcheese. This is ravaged. This is getting ravaged. 19 workers to 50. PiG is in a phenomenal position. Still making those disruptors, which I can tell you, I tried to make them work versus mech, and you need like 50 of them and 20 immortals and a lot of dreams. But speaking of dreams, oh, Guitarcheese, I was joking. You can't just see them. GG is called. Nonetheless, PiG ties up the series 1-1, which I probably should indicate by changing the score on the bottom. We'll get right on that, folks. And we're back! Ta-da! It's me, it's Mr. 79. Oh. Let's go ahead, take a look at the graphs. I think Guitarcheese was in a fine position, you know? I don't agree with the move out just at all. Look at that. He had a decent amount, but he just kind of lost it to PiG. I mean, Cyclones definitely are good in the early stages of the game, but the more the game goes on, the more they need to be supported by those siege tanks, those widow mines, those hellbats, and unfortunately, the lack of complexity from Guitarcheese sent him down game versus PiG. Now, Cloudy SE2 has cheered 100 and saying no mo control N. He is throwing in the capos, which kind of suggests to me otherwise. Not too certain about that. We're gonna go ahead and keep it on up. Feel free to just say in the chat once more, no more control N, and I'll be certain to take that as legit. Now, oh, right, Defenders. I've got to set up the next map, because I am a dingus. Defenders landing. Create game with mod. Game heart. This one. Thanks for the passive aggressiveness, Guitarcheese. Oh well. Alt, the control N stuff is on the bottom. All the control N stuff is on. No more control N. Lol. I know. Okay, fine. No more control N, folks. I'll leave it be. I just think it looks pretty. Whatever. I guess that's just me. I guess some people don't like pretty things. In which case, you'll love me. Words of wisdom, folks. PiG! Hang on. Let me show you guys this. So while we go ahead and wait, we're just, waiting on PiG. He's not giving us any real indications. That's fine. It's a-okay. And look what the... Oh, okay, he just turned back. Oh, damn, the joke has been destroyed. The deed is done, the cake is baked. He was out of his chair, and I was trying to call attention to that. And, well, we tried, folks. Go ahead. Do the O switch-a-roo. Go, question mark. PiG. Question mark. Okay. Right. WCS needs no control N. I know, it's just cool. I'm sorry. I just think it's cool. Alright, in honor of the 400-bit cheer, which I no longer use control N. How about that? You win, Clarity SC2. You win. Now, Guitarcheese is ready. PiG is ready. Go. PiG, ready. Good luck. Have fun. It's called Random vs. Random. Folks, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, 95% male demographic and 5% baboon demographic. Let's jump on into game number 3. How about it? Let me go ahead, take a drink from the cup of talkies. Should have thought of that sooner. And I am getting a strong sense of deja vu. Spawning on the bottom left-hand corner of Defender's Landing, representing our blue Zerg player in a similar fashion to game number 1. Give it up for PiG. And PiG's opponent spawning in the top right-hand position, Defender's Landing, realizing that Protoss is indeed in a balanced range and should probably stick to what he knows. Representing our red Protoss player, folks, give it up for Guitarcheese. Old habits die hard. I'm sorry, folks. Sorry, it's just, this is so cool, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, it's so, delicious and nutritious, folks. But unfortunately, I will go ahead and have to subside. Now, we do see Guitarcheese going for Protoss, and Pig going for Zerg, or actually consequently going for Zerg. As we did see in game number 1. In game number 1, we saw a very aggressive Guitarcheese going for a 7 Adept Glaive pressure into an Adept all-in, and Pig just got completely blindsided. Didn't have the Banelings. He had a couple of Roaches, but honestly, those are not what you want. Versus the Glaive Adepts, man, they just do things I shudder to think about. 2 Roaches in such numbers. Now Pig is going to go ahead and go for a hatchery first, playing very defensively as our friend Pig, nonetheless. Or it's just aggressive. I couldn't actually check the timings on these bad boys because I'm a horrible caster. It appears as though he wants to make a couple of lings, maybe? Maybe a couple of lings? No, Queen starts right away, 2 lings. Alright, so he's not certain what he wants to go ahead and do. He's not trying to blind counter a Protoss build or anything like that. As you can see, he doesn't know whether Guitarcheese is even alive on the other side of the map. So cut the guy some slack, alright? Now, Gateway has started on up. These 2 lings probably not going to do too much. Metabolic Boost is starting on up. I would say this is a defensive ZBZ build, so Pig actually not going to get very lucky scouting this out. And Guitarcheese is going to take a very small but very nice macro advantage coming into the mid game. Pig now finally does scout that it is a Protoss player.
Successful.
Ugh, don't say that, Abathur, you're gross. Sorry, it's just, I don't know, he says things in a gross way. I'm sorry. What do you want me to say? Abathur's cool, he's cool, but he's just kind of gross, you know? You can be both. You can obviously be gross. You can be cool and gross. I mean, I wouldn't use myself as an example. I'm just kind of none of both. But a lot of one of them, folks. Anyways, self-pity aside, these couple of lings are going to go ahead and get the scout off in the main base. There is no tech for the Protoss just yet. Good save by Guitarcheese. Wow, look at that. Saving every single probe there. Look at that. 0 worker skill to 0 for the price of 2 lings. And Guitarcheese. Ooh. Something interesting is happening in the bottom of my screen. Now the 10 lings are on the way and speed is about to finish on up. And here's the bad thing. Guitarcheese is almost okay, no, he was sending his shade across the map and decided against it. Now, these things are going to go ahead and try to make their way around. There are a lot of lings over here that can do a lot to our friend Guitarcheese. Pig has already sacrificed a decent amount of drones to make this work, so if he doesn't get at least, we'll say 3 or 4, we're going to call this a failed endeavor from our friend Pig. However, these are a lot of things that can do a lot of damage, and here we go. Guitarcheese now sees it. Overcharge pops out without hesitation. Couple links getting taken on out with the probe micro. It was good in the beginning, but is it good in the middle? Let's see. One of them gonna go and go on down. Can't really blame Guitarcheese for these losses. Trying to do the fattiest of mineral stacks. He's trying his best, but already a couple more drones going on down. And Pig finds himself in a nice advantage. Clarity SC2 is now hosting the stream with 1 viewer. Thank you, Clarity SC2. It's the thought that counts. Oh, maybe that was a bit too... not in the burning way. Thank you for hosting the stream. Now, Pig has gotten a decent amount of damage done with that. Whether it's going to be enough, I think it was, but the aggression is going to go ahead and say otherwise. Pig is going to go ahead and move on into the main base with a drop lord. There is Stargate tech out on the way, so eventually this won't be a problem for Pig as it gets out either a Phoenix or a Void Ray to deal with the drop lords across the map. But for now, Pig is going to enjoy a nice bit of damage. Can this... Oh no, Guitarcheese. Guitarcheese doesn't see it, folks. Alright, Guitarcheese does not see it. Thankfully, another Oracle is on the way, but it sure as hell ain't gonna pop in time. Oracle's gonna move across the map, get a couple of drone kills, which is honestly really nice. Even 4. Thank you for following RFS Gym, something like that. I don't know. Thank you so much for the follow. It really does support the scene of esports. Now, Pig is moving on into the main base with all of his Zerglings. Already 4 workers going on down, trying to equalize the score. More Oracles actually on the way for our friend Guitarcheese. Here's the thing, he also has a Forge, which kinda indicates to me that if we want to live on a prayer, folks, if you're really wistfully thinking, he could be pulling the good old triple Stargate mass Oracle kind of build. I really don't think that's what he's going to do, because he's only had your Stargates out by now, but I mean, what else are they going to do with all this gas? I honestly have no idea. I mean, more Oracles are on the way. He's up to 3. Folks, I'm calling it right now. It is Hoth's shenanigans. He's going to go full balls to the walls Oracle. He's making another Phoenix right now, but just you wait. Any second now, we're going to be seeing 2 more Stargates thrown on down. And the best caster in the universe has come back to cast the best of 9. More Stargates are going on down. A Sky Toss build coming out for our friend Guitarcheese. And it really will soon. Thank you for following A Wake. He is predicting the future and saying carriers will arrive. Well, folks, let me tell you, carriers most definitely will arrive. 3 Oracles, not enough to kill a queen on a spore crowd. You really need 5 to do those kinds of things. Gonna go ahead and try and take down this queen regardless. Probably should get it. Maybe focus on a couple of drones. And actually, Pig scattering this queens hither and thither. Gonna go and lose 2 of them. Already some nice damage for this oracles. Leading with the damage one. It is gonna go down undoubtedly. There we go. A couple of drones trying to transfer over. Realize that that is a horrible idea. More suckers on the way. Can I get a $1 million donation? A small donation, folks, for predicting this epic game of epic proportions. Look at that. Triple Stargate Oracle. The dream is very much alive, folks. Now, ooh, the drone transfer gets caught by our friend. Guitarcheese is going to go ahead and take out a couple more drones. Now, the bad thing is Guitarcheese definitely needs to expand. This forge is meant for cannons and expanding, and really, Guitarcheese cannot go up to the 7-minute mark without expanding. He definitely has the minerals. I mean, he has a couple of oracles already in production. And here's the important part. It's a secret. Pig has no idea. Let's take a look at this bad boy's vision. 1 Stargate and a whole lot of innocence, folks. Pig doesn't know what the hell is happening anywhere. These adepts are definitely not going to allow the vision to pass on through. And here's the thing, if Guitarcheese... And look at that, Pig is making roaches! You don't want roaches! You want hydras and queens and spores and fungals and not to lose and all that good stuff. Oh my gosh. And North Speed is on the way. Pig has no idea. Here's the thing though. Though Guitarcheese is really delaying his 3rd base a lot, he is getting glaives, so he does have some pressure opportunities with a bunch of oracles and glaives. And what he's also doing, if he can take out these 2 bases of Pig, which honestly may not even be that hard if he flies in with like 50 quadrillion oracles. And here's the thing. Folks, he's not going to expand anytime soon, is he? No, and Pig realizes this. He should look at our friend Guitarcheese, look at himself and say, there is not a 3rd base in hell, and there should be just nothing but roaches for this moment. Actually, no, he's going to make nothing but roaches, but really, he needs nothing but queens, nothing but spores, nothing but more roaches, actually, because there's adepts on the ground. It is weird, folks. This is a weird game. It's a weird cast. What do you want from me, folks? What do you want? +1 and glaives are gonna move on out as there's 7 gateway, or actually more than 7 gateways. How many gateways are in production? Jeez, sweet powder. He has 8 gateways already done and dusted. But the folks is flying to the main base. Pig now realizes, oh my god, Guitarcheese, you bad bastard. He's gonna go ahead and focus down the layer in the main base, which is gonna be huge if he can get it. I don't think Pig can defend against this. I think defending against it would just make him lose more. The Queen trying as much as they can to transfuse, but with the Hydra support, they may very well save the layer. And yes, a surprising hold from our friend Pig. Very interesting indeed. Now a Oracle, more Oracles are on the way, as well as a Warp Prism. Pig still knows that our friend Guitarcheese is probably still on 3 bases, so if I see 1 drone, Pig, I swear to god, 1 drone. You can't see what's happening, but you can take a good-ass guess. Do not make any more drones. There you go. Overlords, Hydras, whatever you need to not die to this amazing strategy from our friend Guitarcheese. Hitting at the 9-minute mark is definitely a little bit of a detriment. I would think he needs a little bit more than that. And here's the thing. There are spores a little bit of everywhere. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough, though. If you can shade right on top of the Hydras, then maybe. Here we go! The Adepts have finished their shade, and every Hydra in the 10-mile radius just got slaughter-faced. Oh, it wasn't even close. Oracles focusing down all the Hydras. How many are left? 2 Hydras left on the map. That's not enough. More drones are going to go ahead and go down. The roaches are still shining strong on the ground, but the Oracles reign supreme in the air. The reinforcements have arrived, and Pig is hour and a half flashbacks to game number 1. The glaive Adams doing not bad versus these roaches at all. Transferring to the 3rd base, and now going to take on more drones, more queens. Boars going down. Surprisingly, our friend Pig has not sustained his critical damage just yet. And it seems as though our friend Guitarcheese is still sitting on 2 bases, so honestly, not too bad of a hold. He needs to do more damage with this, I think. There we go. He's going to go ahead and start talking down drones. Maybe he's going to get a couple, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Now Void Rays on the way. A little bit surprised to see those, honestly. I would just keep on making the oracles. I mean, like, what is he going to do? Make more Hydras? You have more Adepts, and you just got a huge Hydra ball. I really don't agree with that Void Ray transition from our friend Guitarcheese. But hey, who am I to decide where the wind blows, where the water flows? 55 to 45 total workers. Now Pig is starting to squeeze in drones. He thinks the attack is finished. He wants to go for some sort of follow-up, maybe, after he finishes macroing, but I just don't know, folks. There we go. Pig now sees to himself that, holy shit, this guy's serious. He's not stopping. He's going to go ahead, shade right on top. Not on top of the Hydras as last time. So Hydras are going to get a little bit more damage done, but still a lot of damage being rained down. They're going to automatically target the Adepts over the Oracles. And now there's just a little bit too much for our friend Guitarcheese. Or is there? Or is there? There isn't really too much to contest these 3 Void Rays. A couple of Hydras have popped on out. And I think everything on the ground is going to get cleaned up, but I think the ground anti-air forces from Pig on the ground should be more than enough to take care of these Void Raids. A couple of queens, yeah, all these Void Raids are gonna go ahead and go down. And Guitarcheese, GG's out, unfortunately, couldn't make it work, and PiG goes up 2-1 in the best of 9. Amazing, folks. Absolutely amazing play from our friend PiG. Let's take a look at the army value, guys. I think that's one of the more important. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, he could have absolutely blindsided PiG. Unfortunately, though, a lot of this was oracles that were out of energy. And I think if you're going mass oracles, you really, really need a mass oracles, right? You can't just like half dog it with like 5 and make Void Rays. I think those extra oracles may have made the difference. If he shaded on top of the Hydras, maybe you could have broken PiG. Unfortunately, folks, shoulda, coulda, woulda is indeed the story of StarCraft, and we have to move on to Abyssal Reef. There we go. That bad boy. Create with mod, game, heart. That one. Mwah, and we are ready. 28 concurrent viewers, very, very strong. This game is the perfect example of what's wrong with Protoss and LOTV, says Cheesemonger18. Totally deserved to win considering Zerg was going completely the wrong direction. Let's go ahead and address that. I'll address that after we go ahead and get everyone ready. 1 second. Well, I do agree that Guitarcheese had a lead. Unfortunately, StarCraft isn't like, you know, chess or, you know, really other games, right? Sheer numbers don't really win a match. It is the micro that wins a match most of the times, as well as having a big army, of course. I would say Guitarcheese definitely had a lot of opportunities to win that game. Unfortunately, Guitarcheese didn't really see what he had to do. I mean, PiG, obviously. Oh, hang on, what's this? Oh, it's scene changing dust. Who would have guessed? PiG was going the wrong direction, but he still scouted it out in time. He made spores, he made hydras, he made queens. Guitarcheese messed up the engagement. I'm confident in saying that. He kind of bungled it over 1 or 2 times, and I think that was a little bit more than enough to go ahead and tilt the scales in our friend PiG's favor. So I don't think it was imbalanced. I definitely think that it was just, you know, good decision making from PiG and small mistakes for our friend Guitarcheese. Now, spawning in the bottom right hand position, representing our blue Protoss play, it is his turn for more shenanigans with this race. Give it up for PiG, playing for Exile 5. It lets me do super stupid strats and try to get a win, says our friend Guitarcheese. Yeah, we all know we're trying to defend that all in. No, that is gonna stay in our heads for a long time, Guitarcheese, no fear. Alright, and in the top left-hand position, a little bit of nice friendly banter. You have to really appreciate that, folks. Spawning as our red Terran player, representing our red Terran player, redundantly so, he is Guitarcheese, playing for the glorious team that is Psionic Aftermath. Let's jump on right into the game. PiG has shown, I would say good results. I would say good results with Protoss. Both of his wins has been as Protoss. Actually, no, 3 of his wins have been as Protoss. No, 1 win Protoss, 1 win Zerg, and now we're over here. So, our friend Guitarcheese definitely needs to pull a little bit of a miracle over here. Actually, not a miracle. What was I trying to say? I don't know. I'm gonna drink some talkies just to get my mind back in order. Oh yes, of course! How could I have forgotten? Yeah, so I feel as though Guitarcheese, maybe his weaker race is in fact Terran. Now, if he means Terran, seriously, I'm sorry Guitarcheese, you can slather me at the pole, put me in grease and light me on fire, I don't care. I deserve that maybe. However, I haven't seen some very impressive PBT come up from a friend Guitarcheese, you know? He has problems with army compositions, doesn't really, you know, have the game sense that makes a good Terran a good Terran. So I definitely feel as though coming into this match, PiG is the favorite, but we're gonna have to wait and see about that, folks. He's gonna go ahead and do a fairly interesting build, actually. 2 gases on 1. Oh, actually, no. Okay, no, that's my gateway expand into. Alright, never mind, folks. False alarm. Now, here's the interesting thing. PiG has very interesting gas timing, because the Protoss player, you want that gas, and you want it now. So you call J.G. Wentworth, 877 gas now. Something stupid like that. Something like that, right? Unfortunately, PiG really kind of skimped out on his gas protection a little bit. As you can see, he kind of had 2-on-1 assimilator, unfortunately, and that denies him the mothership core, which allows the Reaper to get a lot more damage in. And Guitarcheese is running away from the probes as the Reaper. Understandable, but jeez. A little bit of an interesting move if you ask me. Now Pig is going to go ahead and get played like a fiddle by this Reaper. Reaper having a little bit of fun, but as soon as the second adept pops on out, should be the end of that Reaper. The Reaper did what it needed to do though. He saw the Stargate, he knows what's happening, and honestly at that point, you're fine, right? As long as the Akiri Reaper could die, and he scouts the Stargate, and it's fine. And on top of that, he already killed 2 workers. How's our friend Guitarcheese? So overall, I would say a very successful opening from our friend Guitarcheese. He's gonna go ahead and get killed. Nothing you can do to prevent that, except for, you know, put it in like that corner of the map. Specifically this corner where these rocks are. That's the sacrifice temple of Reapers, where all Reapers come for safeguarding against mothership cores. Little known fact. Alright, let's go ahead and see what Guitarcheese is up to. Getting that missile turret and getting those widow mines, really integral parts of destroying Oracle Respin now. Yeah, you dirty boy, you know what makes those Protosses tick like a time bomb, and those are interestingly placed widow mines right behind this simulator, so our friend Pig, if he's not paying attention, could very well get blindsided by a widow mine. Unfortunately though, for our friend Guitarcheese, Pig is gonna go ahead and loop his Oracle around over here. Oh, look, there's a shark. It's frozen. But as soon as the Oracle comes by, start swimming, guys. And actually, ooh, super interesting tactics coming from our friend Pig. Gonna go ahead and go for the Adept Oracle Pressure.
Auxiliary mining units activated.
Insane Guy for the win! Donated $1. Keep those events going. Go Guitarcheese. Let's take a moment to address that. Attack the kicking the power friend Pig though. I would say those attacks are more successful when they don't see your Stargate, but hey, still an okay attack nonetheless. Getting a couple of workers, not bad at all. And let's quickly talk about donations for just a second, folks, as Pig goes for that third Nexus. We really do appreciate every single donation we here at Psionic Aftermath get. Honestly, a $1 donation may not seem like a lot to you, but for us, that's, you know, $1 more toward a prize pool we can incentivize players to do. It's through donations like those that we can keep on hosting amazing events that allow us to do things like Best of 9 random Pig vs Guitarcheese. And it is donations like those that allow Pig to move into the natural of Guitarcheese and focus down this pylon, or vice versa rather. And there's nothing back at home for our friend Guitarcheese. So really, if you do enjoy seeing these sports flourish in the community sense, honestly, the best way you can do that is by donating and helping support your local teams. Anyways, thank you for that donation. Let's go ahead and see. These Marines, this is so silly. Look at that. This is never supposed to work. But now Pig is forced to pull the boys against a small contingency of Marines. Marines gonna go and start focusing down probes. And in the end, 12 workers killed. 36 to 34 total workers. Sorry about that, folks. 37 to 34 total workers. Guitarcheese is now up in the worker camp versus the Protoss player, and everyone knows that should never ever happen in a PBT. Like, if you are equal, then the power cost is in a bad position. Thank you for following JPEX44. Really do appreciate it from the bottom of my gut. And yeah, Guitarcheese is gonna enjoy a nice macro advantage for a while now, but this Oracle has just been such a damn thorn. Now look at that, 7 kills. Now up to 8, I think? No, 7 kills. Getting a lot of SCVs and a lot. Oh! Since this Oracle has 1 hit point, it shall now live the rest of the game. That is the rules of Protoss. We shall never look at it ever again. Now, 42 to 44 workers. So Pig has been active with his units on the other side of the map, definitely making the most of what he has. Really doing his best to even himself out after that huge attack by our friend Guitarcheese. And a little bit of an interesting side note, Guitarcheese sacrificed a lot of Marines to make that happen, folks. I mean, just take a look. 11 Marines lost in that attack. I mean, those are 11 more Marines that can't pressure the third base, that can't drop the natural, that can't, you know, stim on top of our Pig's army. Sure, it was a good attack, but now he has to understand that his army is going to be definitely a little bit deficient in the upcoming moments of this matchup. Stim has completed, however, and we'll see what Pig is going for. What kind of spash he's going for is going to be Colossus, since he is not going Adept. Phoenix, a couple more gateways are on the way. How are his upgrades looking? Oh, just Warp Gate and nothing else? And what's that? No Forge in production. Well, Guitarcheese, you may enjoy a pretty nice upgrade lead for a pretty long time, and that is not a good thing at all. Widow Mines, ooh, very much solidifying this position for our friend Guitarcheese. Getting a couple Marines here and there. Has to be careful though. There's no medevac for support just yet, just not coming on through. And no detection from our friend Guitarcheese. Did he forget to make an observer? Or Pig rather? Yes, Pig did indeed forget to make that observer. Unfortunately, he won't be able to scout these Widow Mines. And the base does go down. Oh, a huge blow to Pig. Immediately repenting it though at this third base location. The observer was on the other side of the map. Oh no. And Guitarcheese is just happy. Like, just leave right now. You did your job. You killed the base. You go home, and you destroy him at a later time. Thank you for following Nicholas Worms. If you are the Nicholas I'm thinking of, believe me, I'm getting to your replay. Just give me some time. Sorry about the delay, by the way. Right, well, Claves are on the way. Ooh, what was that? Psionic Aftermath, Jedi Zealot cheered 135 bits. Thank you for supporting your local community, StarCraft streamers, players, casters, etc. Really do appreciate the cheer, man. Really do. Thank you so much for that. Supporting the scene of esports at the grassroots level. I think that's how I'm supposed to use that vocabulary. Yes, it is. Alright, 59 to 52 total workers, 79 to 52 total army supply. There is an Oracle over here that's going to get a little bit of damage, and that is nice. But you know what's not nice? This army. And you know why this army isn't nice? Because armies aren't meant to be nice. They are meant to key haul. Extended thermal lance is done, and I do admit Colossi are good, but I think at this point he may well just stem on top of it if Guitarcheese control is on point. However, we have seen him struggle with that as a Terran, having a little bit of problems effectively engaging. This Widowmine's actually doing a lot of work for him. Gonna go ahead and take out a lot of units if PiG tries to engage into this. A very entrenched position for our friend Guitarcheese. This Colossi should be able to gun down the Widowmines nonetheless, but this Marauder is going to go and prevent that. A couple of workers killed on the other side of the map, probably the Oracle doing Oracle things. But now, folks, I just don't see how our friend Guitarcheese is going to not kill PiG with this. I mean, 95 supply to 58. At this point, you can just kind of burrow your whole army on top of his army. Ooh, Colossi has to watch out how it is. Colossi are so good, but you have to be so careful. The second one does pop on out, and that is a little bit of a difference. He's fighting before his reinforcements have arrived. That's one way PiG gets back in this game. 55 to 48 total workers out of the macro machine that is Terran is going to go ahead and do exactly that. Be a machine that does indeed macro. Yes, good job. A+ scouting. Bravo, bravo. Meanwhile, our friend Guitarcheese, I think it would be better if he just moved down the ramp, don't you think? His membership core is in the main base. I think it's very, very, very exposed at this moment. A double. Oh! 13 kills on the Disruptor. That's so good. And I think just like that, he may be back in the game. Gonna go and try to stem on top of everything, though. Gonna go ahead and try and take it out, but the DPS is just a little bit too much. And Guitarcheese, with the flood of engagement, is forced to retreat on back. Now, PiG has his double robos up and producing. Now going for double disruptor drops, double disruptor after 3 Colossi, which I really gotta respect, because Guitarcheese, think about it, man. We have seen him every time he plays Terran with a little bit of suboptimal control. And versus disruptors, even some pros have problems, you know, not taking huge fatty shots. So I'm really, really concerned for our friend Guitarcheese about this, tech switch from our friend PiG. Now, whether PiG can be aggressive out on the map anytime soon is probably a big fat nosies. But still, I think our friend Guitarcheese is a little bit phased. He is forced back to his side of the map for a little bit of a while. And he is actually neglected to make workers, hovering at around 55. And PiG is still cranking those out a little bit reliably. 4th command center is on the way, so PiG is not going to out-macro Guitarcheese any second now. But he wants to go ahead and be aggressive on the other side of the map. A lot of this army supply is actually in medevacs. He doesn't have a critical Viking count, so these Colossi are probably not going to go very contested. Our friend PiG, there has to be oh so careful. There's just not much on the ground to buffer for the Colossi. Only on 1 starport though, so definitely these Colossi may have a little bit of free reign. First disruptor shot comes on out and actually gets an okay shot. Takes the disruptor forward and stepping on forward. PiG, ooh, losing the disruptors however, and PiG may have just overextended our friend Guitarcheese. He sees that T button on his keyboard and he is gonna mash it all the way home. PiG getting a little bit overzealous. The last Colossus is gonna go ahead and fly away. Meanwhile, the mineral line is actually getting ravaged for our friend Guitarcheese. Oh no! Beating off a couple of adepts for is our friend PiG, but I don't think 14 SCVs are worth your attack. I don't think 14 SCVs are worth your army. And now Guitarcheese is confidently stemming on forward. He knows there isn't enough here. The upgrades for PiG so suboptimal, just losing everything. He peeled off adepts into an already deficient army, and now the Cerberus is gonna go down, stemming into the natural base. Is our friend Guitarcheese. One disruptor coming on out. We have all been there. We all wanted to live the dream, and we all know that no matter how this disruptor hits that army, nothing is going to change. Now the SCVs are starting to fall for our friend Guitarcheese. GG! And Guitarcheese ties it up 2-2 in the best of 9. Yeah. Very interesting game, folks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the graphs. Yeah, look at that. I mean, Guitarcheese took a bad engagement. You know, PiG could definitely have done something, but, you know, you gotta have support for your army. Gotta have those gateway units, right? That's one of the problems going double robo so early. You lack the meat to your army, you know? And, you know, Terran can just kind of stim on top of you. They can send in their Vikings, and there's not enough stalkers to gun it down. Honestly, if you take out a Colossi and 3 Disruptors from that army, and let's give them a whole lot more on the ground, I think PiG wins that game, but unfortunately, folks, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Here's the story of StarCraft. Oh, I'm trying to make that a thing. And it looks as though our next map is Blood Boil. So let's go ahead and get that loaded up for our players. There we are. Create with mod. Which mod? Oh, nope. Chat is glitched. Ah, crap. Oh, shoot. Oh, not good. Not good. I know. IK. StarCraft glitching. 1 sec, please. Alright, here's the problem. There we go, problem solved. Problem solved, folks, problem solved. Great game. Alright, perfect. Hey, I don't know. Oh. Did I just thumbnail? Oh, I thumbtacked it. Yeah. No, it wasn't glitch, I was just being an idiot. Good to know, folks, good to know. Let's go ahead. Send this back to its former. Oh no, it is glitched. Ha! I was right. Or actually, it probably wasn't. Ah, whatever, folks. Let's go ahead. Make sure our players are nice and ready to go. Do you hear that? That's the sound of your local esports scene just growing that much more. And Sengai cheered 730 bits. Mwah, just for that. We'll do some Hearthstone roleplay. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to make fun of Hearthstone, man. Thank you so much for the cheer. Thank you for supporting your local esports scene. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We all love what we do. And hopefully, if we all love what we see, we all love what we receive. Yeah, it took a while to dissect that mess of a rhetorical analysis. Whew. Alright, let's go ahead. Make sure the stream has not gone too well as the players are waiting on up. Maybe they already said go, go, and I'm just stupid. Oh, they did? Let's jump into it, folks. Blood Boil in around 7 seconds. Is the stream okay? 37 concurrent viewers. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you for making this happen. We really do appreciate it from the bottom of our pancreas. Alright. Oh, I didn't switch the scenes. Mazel tov. Alright. Spawning in the top left-hand position of Blood Bowl. He is representing your blue Protoss player. Please, folks, give it up for PiG. Playing for Exile 5. And his opponent, he wants a piece of that $25 prize pool, representing our Grad Zerg player in the bottom right-hand corner of Blood Bowl. I think this is his first time playing his main race. PiG, you gotta watch out because Guitarcheese is ready to Ragnarok and roll, playing for the glory of Psionic Aftermath. Damn, old habits die hard, don't they? Right. Gonna go for a hatch first, no fear, coming out for a friend Guitarcheese. He just senses that PiG is a Protoss again. You know, PiG starts with P, Protoss starts with P. Pigs are cheesy, Protoss is cheesy. Pigs are pigs, Protoss are pigs. Men are pigs. Hey, coincidence? I think not. Checkmate, anti-feminists. Jesus, where was I trying to go with that? I don't know. I'll just follow my nose to the beautiful games that follow. PiG going for hatch gas pool, a very standard opening for most Zerg players. You see this happening and you're like, yeah, it's hatch gas pool. What do you want to say about hatch gas pool, right? Nothing too exciting about that. Now our friend PiG gonna go ahead and do practically the same thing for our Protoss player. Psyx jetted cheered 10 bits. Thank you so much, Psionic Aftermath Jedi Zealot, really supporting your local esports scene. I would give you a kiss, but you know, you did something good for me. I don't want to punish you with my lips. Now, our friend PiG is gonna go ahead and start saturating his gas geysers. Pretty standard openings for both players. Let's take a look at the map itself, Blood Bowl, and how it is for Protoss players. Because I have something to say, and it's that it sucks for Protoss players. Oh my gosh, folks, I would rather whip myself with cornbread than play on Blood Bowl, and I'll tell you why. Because it got a natural, you got a first base over here, that's fine. That's fine, you got your gases. You have to go down the ramp to get to second base, that's okay. That's normal, that's fine. And what's that piece of shit right here? That's right, there's no gas on the third, and you can't just take this third base, because then you get dropped over here and dropped over there and dropped over there, and it just gets to be a big mess. So really, a kind of a difficult map for Protoss to play against. However, Guitarcheese is not a Terran in this game. He's going to be ahead and choose the Zerg race out of the probability hat. And honestly, you know, not a bad race for Zerg either. I think Zerg is pretty favored on this map because I'm fairly certain every Zerg player would rather have these extra mineral income in lieu of one geyser. I don't really want to say that because Hydroling Bane is definitely a thing and gas is super important as well. But I think Zerg can make it happen a little bit better than our Protoss counterpart, because Protoss just really needs that gas, folks. They need it. They don't want it like Zerg does. They need it, folks. Now, Twilight Council is on the way. Our friend Pig gonna go for maybe an aggressive Protoss style. Twilight Council is pretty common, and I'm getting a phone call. You know what we're gonna do to that, folks? Denied talking to. Speed is about to finish up for the Zerglings, by the way. Oh, Ventricle Saxation morphing in for Guitarcheese. This is one of the good parts of Blood Bowl. It can definitely do a lot of damage to a lot of players. Because there's just so much room to drop, so much room to harass. Zerg players are even gotta have a piece of that pie. Look at that, drop Overlord. Finish on up for our friend Guitarcheese. And Pig is actually going for the exact opposite sort of build you want to deal with this. Oh my goodness. He's going for DT's drops, which are definitely not something you want against this strategy. Guitarcheese is now going to get spotted by our friend Pig. Or not. Or not. Oh no. Oh no, this could turn south very quickly for us. The Link's going to go ahead. Force overshots at the front. Meanwhile, does Pig scout it out? Just barely? No. Ah, he doesn't see it. And the Lings are going to go ahead and drop out of the Overlord's cloaca. Run into the main base. Run. This Overlord isn't in too much trouble. You are a far ways away from home, said the Lings. After we're finished with the probes, we're coming after you, and the main base is getting pressured as well as the natural. 14 probes already going down, folks. I don't even have to cast anymore. Control, shift, follow. And this should be an easy game number 5 for our friend Guitarcheese. 18 Rourke is going down. The Dark Shrine is on the way. And at this point, our friend Guitarcheese has seen everything. Look at that. He sees the Dark Shrine. He sees the gateways. He saw the Robo. He saw the Robo? He saw the Robo? He saw the Robo, folks. So there's not much Pig can do to get back into this game, unfortunately. I would love to believe otherwise, folks, but thus is not StarCraft. It's not impossible, though. StarCraft is a game where you can't just automatically win. You have to make the win happen. Our friend Pig still has a little bit of a time to hold on out. This can definitely be rebuffed with an overcharge, with a rewall. I can definitely see it happening. And meanwhile, DT's morphing on in. Shit, he forgot the spores. Shit, he forgot the spores. Overlord, Overseer forcing it on in now. Morphing on in. And Pig. Oh no. Guitarcheese. You weren't paying attention, Guitarcheese. Lings hold position, trying to get the DTs away from that mineral line. And actually doing a fairly good job of it is our friend Guitarcheese, and picked up and dropping away is our friend Pig. Could have done a lot of damage though. Good crisis management though from our friend Guitarcheese. Where is that Overseer? Yeah, okay. So we should be fine against any sort of DT harassment thus far. Pig spending the rest of his gas bank on these Dark Templar. Gonna go ahead and go for them. Juicy Archon drops. However, there are queens, there are Lings. It's not a fantastic map for Archon drops, but it's also not a bad map. You're gonna have to go through a lot of creep, but you know what? Over here, you can kind of dart around the queens. You can kind of play around them over here. It goes both ways, folks. And oh my Jiminy Christmas, the Lings found a way in. Gonna go ahead and pick off more groups. Meanwhile, the Archons are loose on the other side of the map. Who let them out of the War Prism? Looks as though Guitarcheese is not paying attention. Guitarcheese just Link won't be able to do it. These Archons will be juggled like a damn clownissimo all day long. Meanwhile, Ling's still gonna go ahead and be annoying in the base of Pig. And Guitarcheese having a little bit of problems knowing when to flip off that that aggressive switch. 53 to 40 workers, definitely, don't get me wrong, it's a nice lead for him, but that only just happened in the last minute or so. He needed to kind of have that worker count a little bit more strong sooner, I believe, but probably isn't the biggest dealio. Now, Pig is going to go ahead and take this high yield, or high mineral yield expansion over here. Still has forgotten to take a gas geyser, unfortunately, has our friend Pig. Very unfortunate. He hasn't even knocked down these rocks yet, which here's a quick pro tip of the day for all you guys thinking I am trying to mimic Husky, which I am, and I have no self-identity. You can knock down this rock tower from the top ground. You can knock it down from the main base. You can put your mortar right here and reckoning that down to a crumbling pile of debris. But unfortunately, I don't think Pig realized this. Okay, there's one overcharge and 2 immortals and 1 dream. These things can still definitely make a lot of mana to cap and hold positioning in the natural base. A good start to the defense from our friend Pig. A couple of workers are going down though, and Pig. Actually, these lings are kind of just derping around, losing a lot of their brethren for not really all that much. Things are gonna go ahead and bite some of the shields of this Nexus. A little bit of sustenance, I suppose. And now, ooh, Pig pulled out of position. This overcharge would have cleaned it up enough, and he's gonna lose a lot more workers. How many workers has gone down this game? 28! 28 workers have been muertissimo to this match. Pig now is gonna rely heavily on this Archon Zealot counterattack, which can do amazing things if you're only on Lings, not even Banes. However, a huge scuttling of roaches has managed to sniff this out and thinks that this hatchery is worth defending. Unfortunately, though, ooh, hatchery's actually super low. Can our friend? No, I think if our friend Pig committed, he could have gotten it. Ooh. A little bit of janky decision making from our friend Pig there, unfortunately costing him that hatchery. However, Pig has the additional gateways. He is on the other side of the map and he is not happy, folks. Ooh, these sentries could definitely cut up these immortals, but now Guitarcheese just realized the trouble he is in. 52 armor spiders, 64. He definitely has the advantage, but it's in roaches. That doesn't count. Archon's doing splash damage on top of the roaches, so cluttered up. These zealots can die 10 times over and it wouldn't make a difference, folks. You can just warp some more in. Oh, and it looks as though barely Pig is going to get pushed back. Oh, seems as though he could have broken. Guitarcheese there for just a second, but he's not finished just yet, folks. 76 armor spider, 32. Now Guitarcheese is starting to overwhelm him with numbers. Now is starting to come to the point where our friend Pig has just all but exhausted his options. He does have the Dark Crimson to fall back on, but that's not enough. The Immortals aren't going to live for much longer. Juggle them all you want, says a friend Guitarcheese. I got patience. Can't lose the warp prism. And he didn't. Good. Gonna go ahead and drop it into the main base. Definitely a lot of harassment options for our friend Protoss against the Zerg player. 42 to 62 total workers. Our friend Guitarcheese has just been going ham on that army. On that army key for a very long time though, and I'm not really doing that much with it. Sure, he defended an all-in, which, okay, I guess it's pretty damn good, but still, folks, I can't help but feel he needs a little bit more workers in the 60 to 44. Roaches are gonna go ahead and push away this Warp Prism. I would love to see a Spire, actually. Guitarcheese has a decent amount of gas. He is only on Roach Tech. There's a Warp Prism that's annoying him a lot. I mean, honestly, Warp Prism with a couple of units wouldn't be too bad. And speaking of not being too bad, this isn't that for Pig. This is definitely not that. Lynx are gonna go ahead and take out a couple more workers for our friend Pig. His economy just not had any chance to become bolstered throughout this whole match, folks. Looks as though this Warp Prism full of Immortals is still hanging around, trying to get some damage on, but there are Lings and Queens everywhere. There's no way that it doesn't get not shut down. And looks as though our friend Guitarcheese, he thinks he can break our friend Pig, and breaking a Protoss can be difficult, especially if you're only on Roach Ling, but okay, this, alright, never mind, not difficult. One overcharge, not enough. Oh, the Immortal does get surrounded. Guitarcheese trying to look for that better engagement though. Still a couple of Archons and Zealots, which can definitely do something to these Zerglings. And by that, I mean attack them. Roaches are going to go ahead and deal with these on the other side of the map. And meanwhile, the Ravager should be the cherry on top of the nail, 9 inches ground. As Pig is getting broken by the Ravagers and the Roaches. He has a couple of Archons and a Dream. Dark Templar trying to morph in out of desperation. Maybe if he had 10 a minute ago, but he only has 1 now, unfortunately. No Overseer, but it's not going to be enough. GG. Guitarcheese goes up 3-2 in the best of 9. Nothing. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the army graphs. This is just so beautiful for Pig for so long. I mean, take a look at the workers active tab. Yeah, as a Zerg player, I mean, you expect this to some degree as a Protoss player, don't get me wrong. But this much for this long, I mean, who's not going to fall to that, right? Couple that with the failed all-in right around here, and unfortunately, Guitarcheese was able to destroy Pig. Or maybe fortunately, I don't know. Odyssey is going to be our next map, because you are the only odd I see. Create with mod. Game heart, please. And actually, 33 concurrent viewers. Very, very, very nice. Little Earthquake says 10 out of 10 casting, but 9 out of 10 obsing. You know what? I'll take that. That's 19 out of 20. That's not good enough since I'm Asian, but it's good. It's fine. It's fine. Also, his sense is too sensitivity, yeah, I should probably work on that, folks. I'll take your observing advice to heart, no problem. Alright, looks as though 1 minute break pee time, says our friend Pig. Okay, I guess we do have a 1 minute break, folks, so just stay with us. We're gonna be right back. We're not gonna go to commercial break. I'm just gonna sit here and talk about nothing while we wait for Pig to go back from urinating out his troubles. Tobacco no I am convinced I'm a genius. And you know why? You know why I'm convinced I'm a genius? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. While we do have a break, I don't want to hold myself out too much, but if you do enjoy my casting, if you do enjoy what I'm doing here today, you can check out my channel on YouTube. It's Mr789. Just search that in and you'll see a whole swath of replays by me. I would really appreciate it if you could just check it out. Don't even have to watch, you just have to kind of, you know, just kind of look at it and say like, hey, that exists, and I'll be like, oh, he acknowledged its existence. Right, so go ahead and check that out if you are so inclined. You can send me your replays to Mr789@outlook.com, and I'll be very certain to cast them for you. Don't get me wrong, if it's a good replay, I'm not gonna not cast it. Trust me, folks. Alright, looks as though Pig is almost back here. What's the other half, says Actishan. Half Indian, half Fijian. Ta-da! And this is the result. So, if there's something to pull from that, it's don't mix Fiji with India, folks. Good things do not follow. Alright, Scully SC2 calling me a slut! Which is fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, looks as though Pig is almost ready to get back into this game. If you go to the lobby, I'll just wait in there and wait for both players to say they're ready to go. Oh no. Oh shit. Maybe that was a mistake. Alrighty, folks. I swallowed my shame and my pride, and we're ready. Oh my god, my throat. It's been stretched that much before, it's fine. Slut indeed. Alright, spawning in the top left-hand position of Odyssey. Representing our Blue Zerg player, please, folks, give a warm esports welcome to Pig. I expect chat to be flooded with kappas and pictures of pork. And in the bottom right-hand position of Odyssey, representing our red team player, please, folks, give it up for Banjo Fettuccine. And without further ado, folks, let's see what our players are up to. Now, here's a little bit of an interesting thing to note. Our friend Pig is playing his main race, which he is best at, and Guitarcheese is playing the race which I personally think he's not the best at. So, you know what, if there's any chance for Pig to go ahead and try to equalize himself in this series, it's gonna be right about now. I mean, I don't know how Pig's TVZ is. If you have any fans from his channel, go ahead and let me know in the chat below. I'm really curious, what is Pig's playstyle against TVZ? Does he like Roach Ravager, Infestor up to Hive, or does he enjoy more like Mutiling Bane? Or does he do something jank like Lurkers and I don't know what the hell? I really am curious, folks, because so many different playstyles, so iconic of a matchup is TVZ. There's so much you can do with it. And unlike other matchups where it's just kind of like a slow build into a big engagement and then a resolution, TVZ, there's always something happening, always something happening. It's never one player gets huge and the other gets raffle stomped, right? It's always, you know, back and forth, to and fro, yin and yang, holy and shit. It can just be so amazing, and I'm really excited to see what our players are gonna bring to the table. Now, Pig, he doesn't... Ooh. Ring Clarity SC2 cheered 5 bits. Thank you so much, Clarity SC2. Be sure to give that guy some love in the chat below because he is supporting your local esports scene. I would love him now, but you know, he lives in a faraway land and I live in Reno, so unfortunately, no love him for now. but we'll give you esports 11. How about that? Now Reaper is going to go ahead and make its way across the map for our friend Guitarcheese. There are Lings and Queens and Metabolic Boost on the way, so probably shouldn't do too much. Psionic guy from Magella tiered 5 bits as well. Can we get a 5-bit train going ongoing? Can we make that a thing? That'd be such a cool thing. That'd be like the best thing to make happen. The 5-bit train, folks. Let's go ahead and make it the dream. In fact, if you cheer enough, we may be able to do this on a more frequent basis, so keep that in mind. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, promo, promo. Now, this Reaper's gonna go ahead and just be a little bit annoying for a little while. PiG hasn't really lost anything to it so far. Really, this Reaper is just more of a... It's a formality, right? You don't want to... if you kill something with it. Like, not even if you do something good. Like, if it kills something, you're like, holy shit, that was a good Reaper. Right? So all it has to do is see... Is he all-inning me? Is he getting his third base? Is he spreading creep too aggressively? And that's it. That is the Reaper's job. Now... As the 3-minute mark passes, you should realize that speed is on the way. Reaper gonna go ahead and wisely head on back home, or at least hold a watchtower or do something with its life. Not quite certain where this bad boy is headed. Can't really see where he's waypointed. I guess that's just a mystery. Okay, just heading on back home, and meanwhile Guitarcheese is going for an oldie but a goodie, a 2-1-1 sort of build. Gonna go ahead and really deal that pressure to our friend PiG. Here's the thing though, I'm pretty sure Guitarcheese has done less 2-1-1 builds against Zerg. And then PiG has defended 2-1-1 builds against Terran, so I'm guessing that Guitarcheese may have a little bit of problems here and there, trying to find damage against PiG with this 2-1-1 build. Now these things are going to go ahead and get on in. They're going to take out an SCV or so, probably not the worst thing in the universe. Just losing a decent amount of Lings for not too much, so you know what, you tried, it's okay. Not the end of the world by any means. And let's see it. Yep, old switcheroo. Team Medevac should be being pumped out any second now. Meanwhile, PiG, how does he want to deal with this? He can do the style which the Zerg player Dark, who is currently one of the best Zerg players in the world, likes to do it. He can get a bunch of Lings, a bunch of creep, and a bunch of queens and just make Guitarcheese look like a fool without his fiddle. Or he can throw down a Baneling's Nest and try to defend that way on creep. Or he can throw down a Roachborn, pop out like 9-ish roaches or so, and just defend it that way. Really, I'm curious to see what he wants to do, and looks as though he wants to do a double Evo chamber. Okay, so no Roachborn and no Baneling's Nest, so it's just gonna defend it with Lings and Queens. And honestly, Guitarcheese and macro is good enough. I don't know how this could work out. A perfect timing moving out for Guitarcheese should hit at around the 5-minute 10-second mark with this 2-1-1 build, 3rd CC now immediately on the way, as well as engineering base. Double engineering bay to catch up on those upgrades for our friend PiG. PiG, what does he have to defend against us thus far? He has 19 Lings and 8 Queens. Against 17 Stin Marines? Bitch, I don't think that kills it. At least it better not kill it. Otherwise, Imba world, Imba, why do my joint search? Something like that. Now, PiG is just realizing that there are Marines on the other side of the map that are not happy with him. Guitarcheese is gonna go ahead and start a step away very well, shaving off a lot of Lings for the price of nothing. These Queens, though, are really the contention point. If he can take down these Queens and these Murdervacs and just destroy everything else, well, it's probably not gonna happen. All the Lings are getting shaved off. Good chance for this, however, is coming out from our friend PiG, and PiG having a little bit of a difficult time trying to trade out of Vescovy, already losing a lot more than our friend Guitarcheese. And these Marines needs to be careful. Though Queens aren't famous for their DPS, they can definitely dish it out if so inclined. Picking on up and boosting on up is our friend Guitarcheese, and honestly, he's done what he needed to do. He's slowed down the Zerg economically, took a good trade, and he's moving on back home. Now, one thing that I do not like about this is that he didn't check the 4th base locations. Or did he? Alright, he didn't, so he doesn't know about that. I would have loved to see a little bit of harassment over here. Honestly, these Queens over here, these Lings won't be enough to defend that 4th base. And these Queens couldn't really get over here, so I think PiG actually may have gotten his 4th base cancelled if Guitarcheese were to have flown on over there. Only time can tell, though, folks. Combat Shield is going to go ahead and finish on up. Let's see. Hang on. Just look. Look how they get something from nowhere. Boop. Imba. Alright, 3rd CC is going to go ahead and land. Should morph that into an orbital. Very rarely would your thesis be a penetrator fortress. However, it has been common on Odyssey to sometimes do it. Not really common, but it's been a thing that some people have been trying on out just because it's such an open natural. I doubt that is going to be the case though for our friend Guitarcheese, and yes, Orbital Command is on the way. 1-1 is going to go ahead and finish up for our friend Pig before Guitarcheese, so a little nice window for Pig to macro one up and defend really well while his upgrades are leading ahead of the Terran. Guitarcheese is going to go ahead and move on out with a nice contingency of Marines. However, a Smalling counterattack is going to be annoying as all shit, folks. A couple of SCVs are going to go down as well as a fresh mule. A couple of Stead Marines are going to go ahead and try and take it down, and they very likely will, in all honesty. Baneling's now on the way, so we are going to see a Ling Bane style coming out for our friend Pig. No Spire on the way just yet, so I'm guessing he's just going to use this to maybe get onto Hive. Now something about that, oh, the Enforcement Scan, missing a creep tuner, and now the Lings are going to go ahead and try and take the best engagement they can. Guitarcheese, let's see that macro! Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. More like Psionic, targeting down a couple of Banelings pretty well there. I've missed all those queens. More morphing on in. Centrifugal Fox is not quite done just yet. 74 to 57 total workers. But Guitarcheese has the army supply advantage. Really, I think our friend Guitarcheese needs to just finagle his way around the army of Pig. Like, when you're this much down in army against a Terran, all the Terran needs to do is move over here and you're dead. You're done for. Or at least, at the very least, you lose a base. And the small groups of Lings actually are going to go ahead and harass the space continuously. Guitarcheese is not really, actually, hold that thought, folks. He's going to go and try and take the engagement. Stimming very well. He is off creep. The Banes aren't on creep, so not very amazing connections. Woodmines are burning on down, taking out a lot of the Banings. Centrifugal Hooks, though, has just finished on up, and actually not a bad engagement. And Guitarcheese is forced to run away with his tail between his legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aces up for Guitarcheese to the 3 of Pig. Just take Guitarcheese and Pig and reverse it, and that's what's been happening. Spire is almost completed. It seems a little bit late, but Guitarcheese doesn't really seem like the droppy, huge APM kind of guy, so I'm not assuming that it should be a problem for our friend Pig. And honestly, I think Pig is starting to run away with this game more and more. Good trades with the Widowmines, not bad, but he needs a little bit more in my opinion. The creep spread is trying to get out of control. The bases are going up uncontested. This base and this base should never have existed at the same time at this point in the game. Mutas are not on the way, although Pig has finished up his Spire. How many larvae does he have? 3 larvae. Okay, so he is just larva stuff. He just made a huge swath of things, but now he should be making Mutalisks, and there we don't go. Yep, there we don't go. No turrets in any of the bases of our friend Guitarcheese, not really respecting the probability, or possibility rather, of Mutalisks. And I am concerned for our friend Guitarcheese. He still has a nice army supply advantage, but a lot of it is in the air, and a lot of it isn't here. Baning just moving on in without fear. And Guitarcheese is forced to pick on up and boost toward the queens. There's a reason why that's not a good idea, and the pilots of your dead medevac flyers will go ahead and tell you why. More SCVs now going on down. This just seems to be a one-sided big fest, folks. The oinkening has begun. 84 to 52 total workers, and now trying to even up on the supply tab. 9 mutas are on the way, and actually a nice drop over here coming for our friend Guitarcheese. Really catching Pig off guard. Gonna take out a couple of drones, actually 5 drones going down, now 6, 7 is not bad. Gonna go and boost off feet, now sees the Mutalist, should be seeing turrets come up any second now, and if we do not, we should be seeing at least a huge frontal engagement or something. Medevac's very, very, very hurt. Ooh, Widowmine's gonna go and burrow on down. Pig can still lose this game. These queens on the front are actually much better than they appear. And the surround is still very much possible. There is no wall off at this third base location, which I definitely think is a huge mistake from our friend Guitarcheese. Is just gonna get harassed over and over again by Pig. Meanwhile, queens are trying to replant the creep tumors. Oh, amazing base. And now the queen. Oh, a lot of the baitings actually getting taken on down. No lings to buffer for them. And Pig taking a little bit of a janky engagement over there. Now cleaning up some of the creep as our friend Guitarcheese. Can he make it work though? I don't know. The splits have to be gone. The Mutalisks starting to beat themselves out. The Marauders are in the front. They're picking up the Lings. The splits are actually pretty damn alright. As the Lings try to move on forward to clean up house. And it seems as though barely. Yes, Pig is going to go ahead and he has enough to go ahead and take this on out. Good engagement there from our friend Pig. Although the army supply is definitely not seeming to be that great. It's just not all there at the same time. Mine shots are doing alright, but look at this. Pig even found time to sneak some things into the net to our friend Guitarcheese. Guitarcheese though, not quite finished. Here's the thing. He's not killing Pig. He's surviving. He's surviving through aggression. And you know what that does to you? It puts you 166 supply to 121. It puts your tech miles behind the Zerg player. It puts you 83 army supply to 72, and it puts you at 77 workers to 57. Right now, Guitarcheese is not thriving, nor is he even surviving. He's just hanging on by killing. And I just don't think that can just happen for very much longer. Another counterattack from our friend good Pig. I just don't know. I mean, come on, Guitarcheese, you have to wall off your bases, man. Otherwise, Zerg would just make a chump out of you. Look at this Mutafuck, though. Super, super scary stuff. A couple of banelings working on it, but now the army supply is just a little bit too much, I reckon. I know Pig is just gonna go for it. He's moving on in with the banelings, with the mutas. I think there's just a little bit too much Zerg here, folks. 5 SCVs going down in the midst of all this banelings, RA connections, and everything is gonna go down. The medevacs, the marines, the mines, the marauders. Anything that starts with an M is getting destroyed. As long as you're not in Mutalisk. Now, this 4th base location is a 4th Guitarcheese, but he needed that approximately 6 minutes ago. This Pig is just out macroing Guitarcheese by such a large margin. Up 60 supply, getting toward that hive. 31 banelings morphed on in, because he knows that he can. Now the Mutafuck is going to go ahead down this missile turret. That is not enough to defend this base, and no, this is going to go down. GG is called, and Pig ties it up 3-3 as predicted in the best of 9. Ooh, yes. Oh my goodness. At the moment now enjoying this. I haven't seen Joy King's Sunset. I feel a little depressed and ming. Blah 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 blah. I think Hystarian is the weakest. Yeah, that's what I think. I think Hystarian is definitely a little bit of a weak point. But hey. You know what? Pig got his race of choice. You can't really blame our friend Guitarcheese, unfortunately. And it looks as though we're gonna go ahead and move on to Proxima Station as our next map. Perfect. I guess we'll just keep it on this. You no need to see my ugly face every time I want to make a joke. Perfect. And we're gonna go ahead, take a sip of Talkies. It appears as though Pig needs a minute to restart StarCraft 2. So we're just gonna give him a while to do that. I'm gonna sit here and cough on some very spicy talkies. Maybe take my headphones off too, because they kind of are a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, they're nice headphones, but you know, my ears are just kind of like, you know. At least they're trying to do it, and the headphones are like, no. So, you know, it's a tug of war, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. Probably doesn't need to. I'm gonna go on Pig's channel and actually snipe him. No, actually, he just needed to restart StarCraft 2. Okay. His name is Jared? Jared Krenzel? Oh my god, Pig with the names. Wowzerino. Alright, I don't mean to make fun of Pig so much. You name yourself whatever you name whatever you name yourself whatever you want, Pig. Alright. 30 concurrent viewers. That is pretty damn amazing, folks. Thank you for everyone who's making that happen at this moment. I would give a quick shout out, but we're almost ready to jump into the next game. Yo, back on again. Invite. Just had to restart to get rid of lag. Not a problem, my friend. Create with mod. WCS Game Heart. Folks, we're almost ready to get into game number 7. Hopefully we go to the full 9 games. That would be quite spectacular. Actually, it would be quite spectator. Yeah, that was horrible. I don't know what I was expecting. NP love. Ready when you are. Good luck, have fun. And says the Guitarcheese. Ready. Let's go ahead and. Oh yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh look at that. The scene switch. Who'd have thunk? All right. Looks as though we are ready to jump into game number 7. Pig is random, Guitarcheese is random. I am not random because that is a little bit of a cliche. And we're ready to get into the game. And oh no, I think we're gonna jump into game number 9 pretty soon here, folks. Spawning in the bottom of 10 position. Representing our blue Terran player. Please, folks, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, female baboons and male baboons alike, please give it up for Pig. Spawning as a blue Terran player, representing Exile 5, whose first name is Jared. I know a few Jareds in my life, and believe me, this guy is not a Jared. He's a liar! And spawning in the top right-hand position at Proxima Station. He is representing our red Zerg player. Please, folks, give it up for Banjo Pepperjack. Playing as a red Zerg player. And for the glory of Psionic Aftermath. I'm not quite sure what his first name is. I'm guessing it's a little bit better than Jared. Oh, okay. I don't mean to give Pig too much credit. You know, you don't have control over what your name is. I think Jared's a fine name. I think it's an excellent name. But I don't think it's a great name. It's excellent, but it ain't great, folks. I think Guitarcheese's first name is like... It's like Axel or Xeon or like Radon or something with an X in it that tells him like... That his parents, you know, took him skiing and that he has like his own beach house on like... Monte Carlo or something. I bet that's Guitarcheese's first name. Or at least it better be. Now this Overlord, whom we shall call Jared, is gonna go ahead and make his way over across to Jared's main base. Now as soon as Jared scouts Jared, Guitarcheese should know that by Jared, that Jared is going for a fairly standard build and is a Terran player, as a matter of fact. Now all these Jareds aside, our friend Guitarcheese has that hatchery down, has that gas, has that pool. Nothing too out of the ordinary, folks. You know what this is happening. If you are watching StarCraft right now, you probably know what the hell is going on. So we'll just click right there. And assume that the openings aren't the most interesting things in the universe. And now Pig, let's see what he's going for. Ooh, actually, going for a little bit of an interesting variation. Going for the Destiny Cloud Fist Strike build. You see that phone? No. We have StarCraft cast, folks. The Destiny Cloudfist Strike, a 1-1-1 build with a command center in there somewhere, somehow, through some miracle of science. Jared now scouts Jared and sees that Jared is a Terran player. Guitarcheese should now respond accordingly. We just saw a TVP in which Guitarcheese got absolutely slaughtered. Now we should be seeing a TVZ where Guitarcheese absolutely slaughters. Now Pig, I wonder what his intentions are with this factory. It's probably going to be for Hellions, would be my guess. On a very rare occasion, you'll see maybe Widow Mines or Cyclones, but it seems as though it's nothing so far. He's going to go ahead and get a reactor, so yeah, I'm confused. I'm honestly confused, folks. I don't know what this is. I mean, I would guess Hellions, but you know, you need the tech lab, don't you? You need the tech lab in there somewhere. You need the tech lab is what I'm trying to get at. So I'm a little bit confused, but I'll assume that Pig knows what he's doing. You don't just do a build that you have no idea how to do, right, folks? Now, friend Guitarcheese should be getting the third hatchery any second now, sending out a drone to not take that hatchery, actually. And he's going for a layer. Ooh, spicy. I'm gonna move closer to the microphone because I was like way back and the audio is probably shit. So, sorry, folks. Sorry. Now, two-base layer, that probably means Spire, doesn't it? Probably means Spire, so I'm a little bit interested to see this, actually. You definitely don't see two-base Spire as much as you did back in Heart of the Swarm. There's just so much that can go wrong nowadays. And look at this. Pig is going to go ahead and go for the double medevac drop with Marines and a Widow Mine. Very interesting build. I don't know what he plans to do with it. Probably drop Guitarcheese. I know, but it's a very interesting way to go about it, don't you think? I don't think he'll do that much damage in all honesty, but I think he'll definitely do at least... I predict 3 drones. Well, it says 3 drones is good enough. Jared kills Jared. Now there's only one true Jared left. Picking on up and boosting away is our friend Pig. Away to the base of Guitarcheese. The Spire has begun now for our friend Guitarcheese in a fairly obvious location. Actually, on a fairly innocuous position, I would say. Generally boosts to the main or behind the natural. So this is a pretty good place to hide this, I would presume. Medevacs are going to go ahead and boost on into the main base. Is there enough to defend against this? I don't know. There's only a nice handful of lings. And that is about it. Does Guitarcheese see this? No, not just yet. Now he sees the Widow Mine waddling on through. No stem on these Marines, so he does have that working for him. Widow Mine is going to get the burrow on off though. Only getting 1 kill though is the Widow Mine. And actually a beautiful surround forces a pick up on the boost off from Guitarcheese, showing that he is no pushover in the micro department. More barracks are on the way, as well as the Liberator coming up for our friend Pig. Tech lab as well being thrown down on that factory, probably for one of the barracks, or maybe not even. I would think that would be a little bit sooner, so maybe he's just gonna go for a good old-fashioned siege tanks, but I'm not so certain, folks. I'm not so certain about how good that is at the moment against the Ling Bane Muta. I'm pretty certain that it's not amazing versus 2-base Spire. Now Spire is finished on up, however, 6 things on the way. Not a larva in sight to make any mutas. Now 3 just popped, so Guitarcheese he can make 3. He can make 3, which is fine. It's fine. It's okay. He can make 3. And now Pig gonna go ahead, shift queued that Liberator in. All that does would kill the shit out of it and ran away. So I guess overall nothing too much happened. Now the Overlord's gonna get picked off by Pig a little bit more. 2 more mutas are on the way as well as +1 fire weapons. How many mutas does he have on the field so far? So far none. So what you see is what you get. More mutas gonna go ahead and start popping on out. And I don't think our friend Pig has really scouted all that well. His Liberator didn't do all that much. He scouted the third base super late, so he probably should have an inkling as to what's going on. And yes, there we go. 2 Musketeers on the way. He knows with the third base outplay, there's only one thing that can be coming out of those hatcheries, and it's not Mutalisks. Now, these bad boys have started popping in out. 7 more are on the way. Now, Guitarcheese is ready to go across the map with these bad boys, ready to pick off medevacs, ready to give the Terran player a shitty time. Bane Link's Nest is also on the way as we speak. So Ling, Bane, Muta off of 2 base Spire. After a Destiny Cloudfish strike build from our friend Pig, that is some pretty unique stuff, folks. Now, what Pig has to do is stop making siege tanks immediately. Immediately. They are not going to help you one bit versus Ling Bane Muta. You need reactor widow mines. You need that instead of siege tanks. Siege tanks are just going to get destroyed by Ling Bane Muta. Now, the Muta's list are going to go ahead and do what they can across the map. That's why you get it this early. You want to pick off add-ons. You want to get a couple of SCVs. You want to stop the Terran player from going across the map. Losing a Muta there. Ow! My leg just started hurting as soon as that happened. For very good reasons, I believe. And also, you kind of want to stop this, don't you? Liberator going to go ahead and rack up 6 kills, actually. Not bad at all. Not bad. Mutalisk, meanwhile, gonna go ahead and fire on back home. The Queen's actually dealt with it, so Guitarcheese showing a little bit of indecisiveness on how he wants to deal with that. Bunch more drones now on the way to compensate. It is still 55 to 45 total workers, so I would say overall, friend Guitarcheese rocking a nice advantage. I would say it's an advantage just because our friend Pig has not made any widow mines just yet. And it is indeed Ling Bane Muta. Now, here's a couple of things. No baning speed just yet. By the time Pig makes his push well known on the opposite side of the map. Oh, yeah, blah. Not good things happen, folks. I can't really, oh crap, interface kind of bugging out. There we go. 3 Mutas lost. Not as much as you may have thought, but that could have ended so much more disastrously. Baning speed is not going to be finished in time for this push. The Guitarcheese is going to have to defend with what he has. Sieging up already is our friend Pig. He's going to take out a lot of this creep to his credit, but there's not too much here. A Knife Fury as though Guitarcheese may just overwhelm him any second now. Banings are almost done. I think he wants to wait for baning speed, but I don't think he has the time. He needs like, what, 40 seconds? To be fair, siege tank pushes aren't known for being very quick, and if you don't break them the first time, you don't break them at all. So really, our friend Guitarcheese is being patient as he can be. Centrifugal Hooks is about to finish, and if that finishes in time for the engagement, I think it's going to be a one-sided slaughterfest. Where are the Mutalisks, by the way? Shit, where are the Mutalisks? Ah! No! Run back! There we go. Now Pig is going to go and start moving on in. There's a lot of stuff here. Baning speed has finished on up. Pig needs to do this now. He doesn't have a 3rd CC. He doesn't have many middlemans. He needs to break Guitarcheese now. The Banelings rolling on in. The Mutal is trying to pick off what they can. The Banelings moving on in. Can he clean on up? There's still a nice chunk of Marines in the back. And the Mutal is starting to target fire them down, sacrificing their numbers in the sake of the cleanup. And I think it may just be enough. And Guitarcheese repels the attack. And Pig is forced to run back home. What does he have waiting for him, though? That wasn't all in by any sort of imagination. Now just barely starting his 3rd CC, still making siege tanks. He doesn't have his upgrades. Pig was banking so much on that attack, and now, oh, okay, good. And now our friend Guitarcheese finds himself in a phenomenal position. 90 supply to 102, and that's not getting any better for the Terran player anytime soon. These Mutas are gonna keep Pig busy while Guitarcheese makes Lings, makes drones, makes Banes, just makes shit, and Pig is gonna make less shit, and Pig is gonna lose. And that is 90% of StarCraft games, folks. Now, I would love to see Guitarcheese going for another base over here. Has he scouted out the presence of a 3rd base? Okay, so we actually doesn't know whether Pig is gearing up for another attack or not. Mutalisk couldn't really quite scout that 3rd base, so Guitarcheese giving a lot of respect, delaying that 3rd hatchery, definitely a little bit scared about what could happen. 52 to 45 total workers, though. I would love to see a nice swath of drones any second now, but he is making a lot of Lings as well, so I'm guessing he just wants to go for a nice big counterattack, which I think can do a lot of miracles. Mutalisks are going to harass the main base, take off a couple of add-ons. Ooh, no Mutalisks dead. Good. There's no wall off over here, none even to begin with, and siege tanks again. Now what you want versus Mutaling Bane. I think this attack from our friend Guitarcheese may very well be the attack that wins the game for him. A small drop coming up for our friend Pig. Muta, the whole army and then some is going to go ahead and respond to this. If there's one thing this army is never going to not be, it's dead, folks. Going to go ahead and pick on off and boost away. Mutalisk's going to go ahead and try and treat the medevacs. Actually, Guitarcheese moving a disproportionate amount of his army to go ahead and try to deal with this. Pig down to Mutalisk, actually. Not bad from our friend Pig, but he is going to lose that medevac as well. And Pig, oh, what are you... You can't move out across the map, senor. Oh my god, Jared, you can't be doing this, man. It's 99 arm slide is 71, and you have tanks! And it's tanks versus Lincoln Muta. I just don't believe in the cause. I do not believe in the cause. He's gonna get a nice siege position. That's fair. This is fair. Our friend Guitarcheese forgot to knock down these rocks, so actually... Oh, no. And the Mutalists seem to say no as well. And they do pick off the tank that's trying to shut down the Spire. Losing that Spire would be huge. Deny the +2, deny the Mutalists. Oh, that would be amazing. But unfortunately, Pig realizes that he is dead as everything moves on forward and everything kills everything and nothing ever survives ever. The end. I can do the caster equivalent of A moving, just like Control Shift F, and then now just talk. Pig actually finishing up his upgrades. Maybe hold up that to attack. Upgrades 1-1. Hey, it's not bad, and it's actually horrible because he has nothing to defend against the attack. The Banelings are gonna move on in. The Marines are trying to start us up the way to victory, but now the Mutalists are just gonna be ramping up the production. Actually, a flood engagement there from our friend Guitarcheese. And hold the phone, 50 to 46 total workers? Pig, this isn't supposed to be working, I don't think. Okay, this isn't looking good. He is only mining off of, we'll call that two bases worth of mining. He's neglected to take his fourth during all of this, and now he's on equal bases with the Terran player. Horrible things are happening to him. Oh my gosh, Guitarcheese, I think he's gotten a little bit too tunnel visioned, too focused on killing the Terran player off of this base. But then again, this meter flock is pretty damn gnarly, folks. Take a look at the unit count, 28 to 28. There is a Muta for every Marine. The Marines actually win that engagement, so that's something. Yeah, but Mutalists actually can't trade or do anything. Guitarcheese actually is now starting to find himself in an economically bad position. Yeah, a good use of action whips. Finding himself in a horrendously position. Increasingly horrendous position. There we go. More Mutalists are on the way. No Thors. Still not ceasing production. I mean, at this point, Thors would be the best use of that factory, I think. But Pig, I don't know. I don't think he's thinking critically. He sees the Mutalists. He sees the sheer number of them. You can't ignore it, man. You can't do that. I mean, I know. I want Immortals to hit Mutalists too, but these things won't hit Mutalists, and they just won't. Believe me, things that kill armored shit on the ground probably don't kill stuff in the air. General rule of thumb, folks. Now, there are still a nice handful of Marines here for Pig, but these Mutants are just so annoying for him to deal with. He would need a miracle Widowmine shot to go ahead and get himself back into this game. And you know what, folks? There's not been a single Widowmine produced all game. Look at the units tab. 3 medevacs, 3 siege tanks, 36 Marines, and 41 SCVs. Meanwhile, Guitarcheese has a 23 larva. He has 4 bases. He has his upgrades on the way. He has a huge Mutaflock. Like, absolutely ginormous. The Marines are starting to not even be able to contest it. He may just win by sheer Mutalisk alone. Fortunately, though, our friend Guitarcheese is still making those mutas. Oh my gosh, how many? I shudder to think how many we're at right now. If it's above 40, I will... I was gonna say bad things, but then I decided not to because he probably does have more than 40. 42 Mutalisks. And finally, a Thor is popping on out. Still 42 to 40 Mutalisks. Oh, be so careful, Guitarcheese. See that? That means be Thor careful. That is it for me. I will not make a better joke for my entire casting career. Thank you so much for following. JNTNX really does mean a lot that you support the StarCraft scene. Now, surprisingly little on the ground for our friend Guitarcheese here. Gonna go ahead. Oh, Jesus. This map. Oh, okay, no, yeah, it's going down. Ready for dust off. Now, Guitarcheese doesn't have a lot on the ground, but he does have a decent amount in the air. If these Thors go down, I don't think there'll be anything left. That's gonna go ahead. Is there a magic box? Doesn't even need it. Everything's rolling on now. And now I think this is finally the end of game number 7, folks. I think we're gonna be seeing Guitarcheese go up 4-3. Be put on match point as it is 104 arms supplied to 23. GG, well played. And Pig goes down 3-4 to Guitarcheese. Alright, since we have used up our entire map pool, folks, we are going to go ahead and go back to our first map, which, who remembers the first map? Whoever says the first map in chat will get $10,000. No joke, not even exaggerating. Who can remember the first map? Oh. Anyone else? Huh? The first map? Yeah, the first map. Sequencer, you are right, Psionic Aftermath Sushi. You are the winner. You are now rich by every stretch of the imagination. It is Sequencer, back to the Game Heart version. And who can remember who took the first map? I'm pretty sure it was Pig? No. Guitarcheese took the first map, didn't he? Yeah, Guitarcheese. Okay, so Guitarcheese took the first map with his Protoss all in shenanigans with the Roaches and the Glaive Adepts and blah, blah, blah. Scary stuff, man. So we maybe will be seeing a 5-3 victory here from our friend Guitarcheese if Pig can't really bring it back. 4-3 is definitely not a comfortable position to be in. Guitarcheese says he is ready. We are waiting on the Piggy Wiggy just to say that he is down and diggy to go and get down and dirty on Sequencer. I try, folks, I try. Guitarcheese is ready. I have to say, Pig, ready? Question mark? Pig says wait, so we're gonna go ahead and wait. Give him the question mark. Seems as though he didn't want to join in. And now StarCraft is glitched for me. Thanks a lot, Pig. Okay, there we go. All good? Alright, go. Guitarcheese, go. Alright, folks, let's jump on into it. Look, you didn't even have to see my face between casts. That's how you know we're getting to the good stuff. Yeah, we have a good series on our hands as a friend Guitarcheese. I wholeheartedly agree. 36 concurrent viewers. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning on in. We know you have a choice in watching StarCraft stuff, and it means a lot to us that you choose us over Evelo. Seriously, like, chose us over Evelo. Seriously, thanks. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, alright. Deja Reverse Vu. Spawning in the top right hand position of Sequencer. And I say that because spawning as our blue Protoss player, give it up for Pig. Down against his opponent on match point. And his opponent spawning in the bottom left hand position of Sequencer, representing our red Zerg player. Please folks, give it up for Guitarcheese. Pink for the glory of Psionic Aftermath. 5-3. Kiri has arrived. Thank you for following X Sushi. It's about damn time, man. No, I'm just joking. Thank you so much for the follow. And here is a little bit of food for that as we wait for the game to go ahead and get on started. Now, Guitarcheeses and Pigs both main Zerg, which is fine. You know, it's all good and fine. You can main whatever you want. You like bugs? I don't care. I like lasers. I like some people like guns. Whatever. I get it, right? Main whatever you want. However, Guitarcheese gets his main race to play as Zerg, while Pig doesn't. He gets Protoss. And here's the thing, folks. Pig's Protoss has been a little bit sketchy, as we could have seen throughout this tournament. He didn't really show very strong Protoss play. And of course, it's not his main race. It's hardly even a practice race, but still, it's very... Even considering that, it's a little bit lackluster now. Friend Pig is going up against a brick wall. Playing his not so good race against Guitarcheese's main race, that could be a recipe for a quite large amount of disaster. Clowny Man, thank you so much for following. We know you have a choice in esports broadcasters. I'm glad you chose the small guys broadcasting the best of 9 between Pig and Guitarcheese. All random, all fun. Thank you for following Jeputera. Man, just a follow train. Thank you guys so much. It means a whole lot to Psionic Aftermath on their behalf. Now, Guitarcheese is going to go ahead and open up with speed. Fairly standard stuff. There we go. Speed has begun. Not taking his workers off the gas, though. Okay, there we go. Taking his workers off the gas. And does he know what race he's facing against yet? No. So he still doesn't know. Can't really blame the guy. No, he does know, because the probe scouted him. What am I talking about? Alright, so Guitarcheese knows what he's facing against 100%. It's a PVZ. And the Guitarcheese, I have known this guy to play some pretty good PVZs. I know, because I tried to face him, because I'm P and he's Z. And he just went... You can use your imagination as to what that was, folks. It was not a pleasant time, folks. Guitarcheese has some pretty damn good PVZ, so it's gonna be a pretty damn big order in order for Pig to try and bring it back, especially since Pig is on, or Guitarcheese is on match point. Hang on, let me go ahead and fix the score. No, you don't have nothing. You have 3. Guitarcheese has 4. And perfect. Let's go ahead and do that too. Oh, Oh, like at least 10 people out there just kind of shuddered a little bit as these two switched colors. Amazing. And a bit's gonna go ahead and scout the advent of a third base. Gonna go ahead and shade on back home. Don't want to be out when the lings come and get you. Guitarcheese is actually going for a decent amount of lings. Ooh, maybe copying PiG strategy on this map. Gonna go for overload drops. And honestly, not a bad map for it if you ask me. And so it may very well just get taken out though. Is there an Evo chamber? No Evo chamber. So just making a lot of lings. 27 and 32 total workers. He definitely sacrificed a bit to get these lings out. I'm not quite so certain for what. This seems to be a tight wall off. Let's take a look at the tech of PiG. Twilight into a Robo. Gonna be seeing the Dark Templar drops, which have kind of faded out of fashion. And I can't really blame him. It's just so not safe to go for DT drops, you know? Because there can be so much aggression Zerg can do, and the build doesn't really allow you to have a whole lot of units earlier on to defend against things. You generally see Stargate openings or maybe glaive openings, but DT drops are definitely not in the meta right now, but still have their point, I like to imagine. Now DT Shrine is almost halfway through finishing on up. Sorry folks. As soon as a war presence moves its way across to the other side of the map, that DT Shrine should be finished and ready to go. The 4-gate follow-up though is a little bit weird. 4 gates DT is definitely not as popular as 3-gate DTs, but hey, you can still make it work. We did see Guitarcheese get blindsided by the DT drop build early on in this series. Whether he'll make the same mistake again is debatable. I mean, on one side you can argue that he made it once, he'll make it again, but on the other side, you can argue that he won't make the same mistake twice. I'm really not sure how he's gonna do this. And there we go, 3 spores going down each mineral line. I don't even think he sees what is in the main base of our friend PiG. He just knows that it's either Stargate or it's DT drop. It's one or the other. And it looks as though PiG is going for the DT drop. Good choice there for my friend Guitarcheese. The spores are just so safe. It's a decision I so much respect, so much. So much respect, so much. Yes. 2 sights and 2 shanks moving their way over to the third base location, and a full surround already happening on off. He's gonna go ahead and try to trade as best as he can with the lings, and actually not doing a bad job of it. 17 arms playing. Actually, all the lings may well just go down. Guitarcheese's army wasn't really all that together. These 7 roaches though should be able to shut down any more Dark Templar shenanigans. More gateways on the way for our friend PiG, who has yet to throw down a forge. I really don't like that he's neglecting his upgrades as Protoss so much. We see him doing it with Terra, and now we're seeing him doing it against Zerg. You need that +1, especially in PvZ, man. Oh, you need that +1. You need to kill those links with one shot with those zealots. You need it, folks. Now Guitarcheese is gonna go ahead. He doesn't have enough roaches to contest this, unfortunately. He's gonna lose a couple just for the price of a few shields. Now Guitarcheese is gonna go ahead and go for the counterattack. Probably not trying to do too much, just wants to see if there is a third base and if he can force a response. There are sentries over here to kind of defend themselves. Mortals are on the way as well as charge. No Templar Archives just yet. But if you're going for Charge Light Immortal Archon, you really can't afford to make it off of a Dark Shrine. You just have... It's just so inefficient, you know, guys. It's just so inefficient. And hang on, I'm getting a call from this guy. Hello? Oh, I had it right the first time. Oh, I knew it. Oh, I'm a dingus. Okay, here's the thing. As this counterattack gets cleaned on up, folks, when I did this, I didn't switch the scores with it. I technically had it right. Technically had it right. But then I had to switch the thing. So sorry about that, folks. Sorry for the confusion. We're back into the game. Alright, looks as though our friend Guitarcheese is going for a nice roach counterattack. Nice bit of pressure. Oh shit, PiG! You can't be out on the map right now. Moving on back to his main base. The Orchers have speed. They're gonna chase it down. Maybe get a sentry for their efforts. Yes, no, maybe no. Yeah, probably maybe no. Getting a zealot though. I think this is pretty defensible. There are 2 immortals about to be competed for our friend PiG, and there's sentries, but the Ravagers are really what's gonna make this offensive work for our friend Guitarcheese. Now, this isn't that dedicated pressure, folks, to put it lightly. It's not dedicated pressure, it's just a poke out on the map. He wants to keep the Protoss player honest. He wants to make sure nothing crazy is happening. He wants to make sure that the composition isn't jank. Ah, good spot there from our friend Guitarcheese to take out that observer. Now a jump up zealot's gonna go ahead and move out across the map just for a little bit of counter damage. Guitarcheese, meanwhile, making more Ravagers. The thing about Roach Ravager is it's not good by itself versus Protoss, in all honesty. You need those lings and mains to support. And that's just my opinion. I just don't think it's that amazing. You can do it, but you have to like max out and like smack them. And just smack them in the face with like your Roach Ravager Dong. That's what you gotta do, folks. Meanwhile, Sentry's not falling for the Roach Ravager Dong. Gonna lose a couple of their numbers to take out a couple of roaches. That's an okay trade for our friend Guitarcheese. Well, it's just Ship Core. Really should be using this DPS to focus on Ravagers, but not the biggest deal. And actually, more roaches getting caught by these force fields. So nice force field so far coming out from our friend PiG. And with another Immortal popping on out, double rover production, the Sentries still have a couple of force fields on in them, overcharges as well. I think our friend Guitarcheese has to be forced to back on off. And here's part of the reason why people hate sequencers so much as Protoss. Look at this right here. These Debris are going to get knocked the hell down. Meanwhile, what happened to those Zealots? Did they just get cleaned on up? I assume so. Yeah, okay, so the Zealots probably got cleaned on up. But hold up, big engagement happening in the middle of the map. Guitarcheese trying to throw down as many crossbows as it can. The meat for our friend PiG is gone, but there's enough health on these Immortals to push him back. And Guitarcheese taking a bad engagement there, losing a lot of his army, and not taking down any of the big, key, crucial units for PiG. Not taking down those Immortals, not taking down the Sentries, only taking out the Zealots and a little bit of Sentry energy. And now our friend Guitarcheese, though he still is rocking a pretty sweet army advantage, he is actually down on the drone count. He is over here with a couple of Hydras and a couple of Roaches. Still, there's no storm yet done for our friend PiG. It's about to finish, but it's not going to have the Templar to storm. And these Hydras can actually rip this army apart if PiG isn't careful. Crucifile gonna land, trigger the barrier of an Immortal, and actually 4 drones dying. Oh, nice! Nice by PiG to go that DT counterattack. Absolutely incredible. And no, Overseer's over here. He's gonna lose his base. Oh, you can't lose that base. You absolutely cannot. It is your lifeline. The hatchery is going down. It gets picked off. And a beautiful play there from our friend PiG. Equalizing the score. Oh my god, 70 to 62 total workers. PiG is now up in every regards but the army. And sequence is a very surround per man. PiG, you cannot be out on the map. Just go back home. Get that storm. Get your Templar. Get some energy. And then get the win. Just now, you need to be patient. And no +1 just that. It is +2 range attack. Just a +1 melee that's going to finish for PiG in the upcoming minutes of the game. There is a couple there. The mortal count is nice. It's nice, but it's definitely not what you need. Again, well, no, it's, you know what? It's nice. Screw it. It's nice. And actually, oh, 2 armies passing in the middle of the night. Oh god, these lings. Oh, be so careful, PiG. Be so careful now. Now, Guitarcheese knows that the army is behind him. Is he gonna go for the surround? No, he's just gonna go straight into the base of PiG. And this is horrible from our friend PiG. He knows he has to go back to defend this. He knows he can't move to the other side of the map. A small counterattack over here, maybe gonna cancel this hatchery. And actually getting a lot of worker kills, but PiG is having the favor redone to him back in his natural base. 20 drones actually going on down. There's nothing to contest these Zealots. Beautiful protest play from our friend PiG. I gotta say, I was skeptical, but damn, this is some beautiful PVC coming out from the random and a hero. Now these Zealots are gonna go ahead and get cleaned up, but 36 workers to 61. This isn't good. This isn't good for PiG. This isn't good for Guitarcheese. This is absolutely horrendous. He needs to take a look at his worker count, which you can do now, and realize 36, that's not a number you come back from. That is not a number you back right from. He has to go across the map. He has to get a good engagement, and it has to happen now. And that's what may well just happen. Guitarcheese, what are you going to do? He's going to finish up Pneumatize characters for some reason. Meanwhile, there's going to be a warp in into the natural base. Absolutely horrible. However, there's a lot of Templar. The storms are going down. The Lynx are getting right on top of the Templar. The storms are fine-ish, but all of them, the Templar got surrounded. Oh, PiG! You had one job, PiG, and now your army is going to get chased on back all the way home. The Immortals are going to go ahead and go on down, trying to force feed them. Guitarcheese still playing with a little bit of safety. I don't think it's the right play. Cursive piling his own units. I think Guitarcheese is a little bit on tilt. He's not paying attention. There's so much happening. Oh, Guitarcheese. Is it going to work for you if you get these Immortals? I think you can push across the map. But it's just, I don't know, folks. I don't know. The DTs are going to clean up back at home. The Queens and Roaches can probably take care of the Dark Templar. And the War Peasant is going to warp in a little bit more. The DPS and the Dark Templar are not to be trifled with. Definitely not to be trifled with. He still has 1 mana base here and 1 mana base here. Guitarcheese, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You have to move across the map? No. You can't go back home. There's no going back home. Take a couple of Roaches. Make him deal with the DTs. And then kill your opponent. You have to. Now what is it? But the overcharging cannons are so strong. Not a lot of health in this army, so every shot just hurts. And now we're starting to see the macro of the Protoss player really starting to shine through. 67 workers to 34. +1 has finished up for the Protoss player. More gateways are on the way as well. Pig having a little bit of problem spending his bank. Bombership core not very much in position. And looks as though Pig, he needs to make one final stand, and I think it won't be too much of an order. He has 4 storms ready to go. The Hydras are going to eat some damage. The Mortals are standing strong. Not much meat, however, still a couple of storms left. Pig doing his absolute best in a crazy engagement. Is he going to break through? And barely. Yes, Pig is just barely going to get taken out, it seems. No, the reinforcement of Zealots, and oh, the indecisiveness of Guitarcheese runs through. Pig holds spectacular. The GG is called, and folks, we are going to a game number 9. Oh my god, folks, I'm glad not to make that German stuff. Jesus, look at this, look at that Pig, absolutely beautiful holds, beautiful decision making as well. That link counterattack is absolutely was the nail in the coffin, and Guitarcheese, as good of a player he is, he just didn't have it in him to take that game from Pig. Couldn't handle the harassment as well. I mean, the thing about Zealot harassment is that you really don't expect it to do that much. You like expect it to pull the Zerg out of position, maybe get a couple of queens attention, maybe cancel a hatchery. Those Zealots did so much. They canceled the hatchery, they got the drones, the DT warpens were genius from Pig. And he's really showing what a proactive Protoss player can do, given the right hands. It's a final map, folks. Oh, wait. Ascension to Ire. Not Abyssal Reef. Ascension. Okay, it's Ascension to Ire. It's Ascension to Ire. Leave lobby. Looks as though Pig is gonna take a quick break, hype himself up. This is so amazing. This is hype as fuck, says our friend Pig. Yeah, it's really really incredible play from both players. Is humbling, folks, to be able to cast this and have some people watching. It is incredible. 44 concurrent viewers. That is amazing. We're gonna switch to Psionic defense since we do have a little bit of time, folks. Game 9 hype indeed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, fighting, says our friend Mingus do. XP fighting. Folks, let me know in the chat to the side, who do you think is gonna win? Honestly, if I had to put my money on someone, I would put it on Pig. Jeputra says, who are you and where are you from, Mr. Caster? I would be glad to answer your question. I am a man of many names. You can call I am Mr. 789, but you can call me Swaghar. I am a small-time community caster. I try to give back to the community. I don't think there's a lot of people doing what I'm doing. There's a decent amount, but I feel as though the community has an inherent lack of, you know, community casters and stuff like that. So I feel as though this is my way of giving back. You know, I love what I do, and I love that people are watching it. And that's what I am. And where I'm from Reno, Nevada. I was actually born in Sacramento, and then my parents were like, well, this kid has allergies out the dick hole, so we're probably gonna have to move. So we moved, and we went a lot all over the place. I'll tell my story later, maybe when I hit like 100 subscribers or something. And now I'm here in Reno, Nevada. Mr. 799, if GC wins, you don't have $5 to Psionic Aftermath. Sure, yeah, no problem, I'll do that. In your fucking dreams. Alright, get this guy a DreamHack, says our friend ProKeyboard. I really do appreciate it. Oh, okay. Pig actually had to take a break to calm himself down. Guys, can you feel the hype in this pit of your stomach? I can feel it in the pit of my wallet since I have money on this game. No, I don't. This guy, get this guy DreamHack, thank you so much. I really love when people, when people compliment my casting. Really makes me feel so great. I'll never get tired of it. Thank you so much. It's been a great few weeks as I'm Fred Jabutra. I really, guys, you can make me blush. I really do appreciate that you guys like what I'm doing. Really, it means the world to me that I can do what I love in front of an audience that cares. So thank you so much for that. You guys are what make this happen. Don't ever forget that, right? Pig ready? Well, if you are enjoying my casting, I have a YouTube channel you can go ahead and check out. It's youtube.com/user/Mr789. You can just search Mr789 as well. I do community cast. If you send me your replay at Mr789@outlook.com, or just link it to me, or just send it by carrier pigeon. I have a receptacle on my window. It's fine. I'll be sure to give it a cast. Alright, self-whoring and going stuff in my head aside. Folks, we are ready. Are you hyped? I am hyped. In fact, I'm gonna finish off my coffee mug talkies. So the only thing there is to focus on is the game. Spawning in the bottom right hand position of Ascension to Wire. PiG is your blue Terran player representing Exile 5. And possibly the victim of one of the most clunkiest openings I've ever done for a player. And let me tell you folks, PiG wants no damn nonsense, but we'll talk about that later. Because spawning in the top left hand position. Representing our red Protoss player folks. He needs your help to win this game. Folks, go crazy. Give me a Kappa. Give me a Kappa Ross. Give me a PogChamp. Give me anything. Because it is Guitarcheese. Playing for Psionic Aftermath. These guys have been giving us some great games. Let's repay the favor by being a great spectator. PiG. He doesn't want to make it a long epic game. No, it's going to be short. It's going to be sweet. And it's going to be to the point. Proxy barracks are coming on down. As well as 2 refineries. He's busting out the Proxy Rex Reaper, folks. Actually, no, it's not going to be Proxy Rex Reaper. He is going to go in and get a Reaper out of this. Don't get me wrong. Nonetheless, it's going to be a Falcon Stopper follow-up. This is such a dangerous thing to hold against as a Protoss player. It is so hard. Especially if you don't scout on Guitarcheese. Going for that Nexus. Expand after a gateway. No probe across the map just yet. Guitarcheese playing with so much fire. Really throwing out the greed mode in this game 9. Now PiG is starting that Reaper on up. Is he going to go and get a factory at home? Yeah, actually, so factory at home. So never mind, folks. It is just going to be one Proxy Reaper to go ahead and get a couple of kills. Now this Reaper really needs around 4 kills. Around 4 kills, then both players are happy, right? Nobody's bad. Nobody's sad, right? And more Reapers are actually going to go ahead and make their way across the map. So it's going to go ahead, maybe proxy 3 or 4 Reapers will be my guess. But already Mothership Core is on the way with some nice probe macro. And we have been seeing some nice probe macro from our friend Guitarcheese in this tournament. He should be able to hold this fairly well. Psionic Aftermath Jedi just cheered 25 bits in preparation for this game number 9 hype. And I have to say that is an amazing decision. Overcharge, killing the Reaper at the last second. A beautiful overcharge from my friend Guitarcheese. And that just takes the wind out of this guy's sails. I tell you that much, folks. And a starport on the bottom left-hand corner of the map. PiG, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, what a loco chico, guys. What a loco chico. This PiG is going to go ahead and force its way back on over to the main base of PiG. Now, the Reaper may end up getting another one of the kills. There's only a Mothership Core here to defend. While it can defend against the Reaper, you cannot guarantee that you will not take probe damage. Now, this Adept does indeed scout this barracks over here. Very important that Adept realizes what is going on. Realizes that there is not indeed another base for our friend PiG. And actually, playing very safely is our friend Guitarcheese at the moment. He has only lost around 3 workers thus far. And actually, make that double actually, 4. Because 4 is double 3, of course. Everyone knows that. And actually, getting surrounded is the Reaper and not very good. What is here to spawn? Mothership Core finally comes over here as well as an Adept, but taking much more damage than necessary. And now, yes, double the worker kills. Now at 6. 26 workers to 27. And what is coming out of here? It is going to be a Starport now. As CC finally just started for our friend PiG. Guitarcheese should probably see the second one over here and realize, oh my god, he's gonna do this shit to me. Now, Guitarcheese, very important things, very important steps you need to take in order to defend the Solid. The first step is Immortal. Okay, second almost step. The first step is Immortals, which he's getting. Second step is 3 gateways, which holy shit he's not getting. Somebody call 911. And the third step is Mothership Core back at home and not out across the map. Watch out, Guitarcheese, be so careful. This Liberator is gonna go ahead and make its way over to the natural base location. And Guitarcheese has nothing to defend against it. Look at that. 1 Adept? Are you kidding me? Like, even if he gets a Stalker, that would be okay at best. And look at this. PiG knows there's nothing there. He knows that there is no Stalker from our friend Guitarcheese. Going in, doing a very ballsy move for no mercy, says the Immortal. Very ballsy siege up by the Liberator. Gonna go ahead and move over into the main base. 32 to 28 total workers though. This has been doing a lot of damage for our friend PiG. It's not an all-in. He just needed to do damage and okay. Liberator is gonna go ahead and get a couple of kills, kind of dance around for a little bit. More are on the way. And actually, Guitarcheese is finding himself in not the greatest position. He is down 2 workers, 2 bases to 2 bases. And Stim is on the way. Oh, I think I'm losing my voice. Hang on. Alright, no, we're fine. Because the Liberator has just gone down, so now this is getting finer and finer for our friend Guitarcheese. Liberator number 2 is popping on out. The first Liberator got a decent amount of kills. 12 workers gone down in the aggression. Pig cannot be too dissatisfied with that, and actually, I would say this game is downright normalizing now. This Liberator is going to go ahead and set up siege, and Guitarcheese beautiful pull right away. Doesn't lollygag at all. Still loses a worker though, which is to be expected. That's okay. You can't expect perfect defense. Whereas his other stalkers, he has 4. And oh my God, Pig! Pig! Thank you for the follow, funny little nugget. But Pig! Pig is not sieged up. He's not on the high ground. He doesn't have many Marines. This could be a devastating blow. Okay, Pig now finally realizes what is what. And oh gosh, I've got Guitarcheese were just a little bit faster. This could have been a very, very quick game number 9, folks. Like that, he's gonna move on forward. Say ouch! And no, he's gonna commit. The mortars can't touch the siege tank, and he's gonna lose a lot of his army, losing 4 workers in exchange for just a couple of sentries. Signed him up. Oh no, Guitarcheese! Oh my God! Oh, game number 4 hype, boys. Game number 4 hype. Stim Pack and Combat Shoes are about to finish on up, and around the same time, there's no way that Guitarcheese can continue this aggression. He has lost so much, especially with this second siege tank popping on out, especially with this Widowman about to reset. He's gonna try an elevator in the main, which I think is an okay decision, but meanwhile, this Liberator on the other side of the map, Pig, you're a monster! Shutting down mining for so long, getting more and more kills. Now 38% total army, gonna go ahead and warp on in into the main base. Guitarcheese hasn't put obedience here, can lose his immortal, the linchpin of the offensive. It looks as though our friend Guitarcheese Pig thinks he can just engage straight up. I don't think that's the case, so these immortals have barely been able to touch the siege tanks, touch the marauders, and now I think he's gonna be forced to move on back now. Losing 6 more workers, 40 to 36 total workers still is going to be the worker count. Guitarcheese, you're fine. You don't need to do any more damage. I know you seem all in, but you don't. You have 3 gateways, you have a Robo, you have a Twilight, you have a Forge. Losing these 2 Immortals and Warp Prism is losing the game. You have to be so careful, man. So careful. Granted, 2 Immortals and a Warp Prism can definitely do a lot of wonders to an unsuspecting army. Especially with this Observer to spot, being out on the map like this isn't as much of a liability as you may think. With this Warp Prism, it's on 4 health points, granted, that's shitty. I'm not gonna say that's shitty, but you can still do a lot with it. No, never mind, don't do a lot with it. Run the hell on, Guitarcheese, get the hell out of Dodge. Land them right here and put adepts or something that won't lose the game if you lose the War Prism inside that bad boy, because God, Guitarcheese. Oh, even that is making me nervous. Stim is done? Oh, okay. Alright, Starport is on the way for our friend Pig. And funny thing, Guitarcheese never really killed this Starport. So that's fun. God, Guitarcheese. Okay. No! I told you this would happen! Oh my God. No, that didn't happen. Okay, yeah, it didn't happen, because it's just... No, what? Okay, here's the weird thing. A Liberator could pop out at any second, and 2 Immortals and a Warp Prism die. How fucked up is that, right? How screwed up is that? So, I definitely think Guitarcheese needs to run the hell back on home when he had the chance. How is he going to get this Warp Prism away? There are some special tactics that I would like to see. There is a Viking on the way, specifically for that Warp Prism. He can kind of move around this space, maybe travel along here. No missile throat, so that is the escape route. And perfect. But he's gonna run straight into a Viking if he's not careful, or right into the Marines. No, Guitarcheese. What did I tell you, Guitarcheese? I told you you would lose, and then what happened? Exactly what I told you. Losing 2 Immortals, unacceptable, especially when you're getting 2 base all in by the Terran player. Look at these look at this. 6 Martyrs and 3 tanks. With if you had the Immortals to counteract this, you would shut this down so hard. Like, imagine 4 Immortals here. Imagine 4 Immortals shading on top of this army. It's not even close, folks. Not even close. PiG does have the armor supply advantage, and he is getting a third base behind this, but that's the thing. This isn't really an all-in, as I previously said. It's more like a... for lack of a better term, we'll call it dedicated pressure. PiG, however, sieging up really over here. Gonna give Guitarcheese plenty of time to muster up a defense. He has 6 gateways, not going for any sort of splash damage, going for a very ground and pound kind of army. The kind of army you use when things haven't been going your way in the game. Now, PiG can still get a good siege position and break Guitarcheese. Glaives has finished on up though. Looks as though Guitarcheese is going to take the engagement. However, Adept's not on the other side of the map. And a not good engagement coming out from our friend Guitarcheese. PiG is losing his front line though. The Immortals dishing out a lot of damage. And PiG is getting cleaned up, folks. The siege tanks are still standing strong. The Immortals trying to take on as much as they can. Losing it, and every last Immortal goes down. I wish he had 2 more right about now. No Marines actually here for our friend PiG, so... could technically stay, but not gonna risk it. It's up from Guitarcheese, and now 52 to 25 total army supply. PiG is finding himself in an amazing position in game number 9. Medevacs coming out by the dozen. 2 starports are finished up for him. He can definitely do a lot with this army. Losing all of your Immortals, that is really what you have to focus on. Gateway units are shitty versus Terran gateway units. The things you have to use to equalize are Robos or Templar, and that is it. That is it. Robo units or Templar units, and that is it. That is what wins you the game versus engagements. And having none of those, I think this follow-up attack for PiG may very well be the killing blow to Guitarcheese. If only he had those 2 more Immortals, folks. If only the woodpecker size. It's not over just yet. 66 armor supply to 49. The upgrades are even. Guitarcheese, though, kind of showing his ineptness as Protoss. You can't really hang out. Oh, actually, no, you kind of can. Liberator's gonna go ahead. Oh, get a couple of kills and just move its way on out. Now, Guitarcheese, in order to defend this properly, he really needs that arc. He really needs the shade on top. And he can still do that. It's still possible. He does scout it out happening just now. Gonna go ahead and not get the Liberator. And oh, he lost positioning. And if you lose the positioning, folks, you are not that far away from losing the game. Gonna go ahead and shade on forward. Here we go! The Adepts are gonna finish on up. The siege tank is focused on down. The Liberator needs to get taken out by the Stalkers. And it's barely gonna happen. The Adepts are cleaning up what is on the ground. The Immortal count has started to make a comeback. And the army of PiG is going to go ahead and get rebuffed for the time being. 2 more Liberators nonetheless are on the way. This teleport is not being used. If you just... which is very odd for our friend PiG. What is a transition from Guitarcheese? He is surviving, but he sure as hell ain't thriving, folks. He doesn't have a robo facility. He doesn't have a Templar archives on the way. So what is a man to do? He's going to go ahead and lift up a drop to the main base. He does have Blink, but he does not in the main base just yet. If these Stalkers go into the main base, they may well be able to defend against it. Meanwhile, though, he can't send out his whole army. Oh no, PiG! Oh, the classic mistake! Oh no! Gonna put his whole army to deal with the drops, and now PiG says, hey, where are you at your natural? Where's your defense? Where is your positioning? And PiG seizes it from our friend Guitarcheese. And now Guitarcheese finds himself in a horrible position. Can't defend this. Can't defend that. What are you going to do, Guitarcheese? PiG is up 51 to 37 total workers. 100 armor supply to 92. He's going to go ahead and do a lashes stamper. He's going to shade on over to the low ground. Meanwhile, a drop in the edge. We're getting 27 workers. 29 workers. Folks, their writing is on the wall. The deed is done. The cake is getting baked. The sentries got focused. And the base race is starting to begin. The Protoss' last effort to win this game, just marching across the map, but he knows he can't win it. In his heart of hearts, he knows this is enough to hold him. He can put everything inside his main base. He doesn't have anything to clean this up. He is not out on the map. He doesn't have 400 minerals. He doesn't have a chance in hell, folks. PiG is gonna go and stem on away, not wanting to lose this position anytime soon. Siege gonna get a couple of nice shots on off so far. Boy's getting pulled. GG! And PiG will be your victor, ladies and gentlemen. Taking the game from Guitarcheese in a convincing fashion in game number 9. What a game number 9, folks. Look at this army value. Boom. 2 Immortals dead right there. And look at that. The Gaten wasn't right. He got pulled apart. And PiG, congratulations. You had to take a little bit of a small break in order to hype yourself up for this match. I get it. But at least you won, folks. Everyone, big congratulations to our friend PiG. Let's get a pog chant for that mofo out in chat below. And you know what, folks? Thank you so much for watching. You are the ones who make this possible. Indeed, no matter what the scale, no matter whether you contribute to DreamHack or Psionic Aftermath, whether you contribute to Olimo League or Best of 9 Randoms versus Guitarcheese and PiG, You are doing your part to support the scene, and for that, folks, we here at Psionic Aftermath are eternally grateful. Thank you so much for tuning on in. If you did indeed enjoy my casting, please, it would mean the world to me if you could check out my channel on youtube.com/Mr789, where I do daily-ish community cast. They're all community cast, so if you have any replays you would like to send me, you would like to see on the channel, you can go ahead and send them to me at Mr789@outlook.com. Japutra says thank you for the cast on the show. Thank you for tuning on in, Japutra. And I think that's gonna be it for me. Let's see, did I whore myself out? Yes. Did I suck the audience's like metaphorical dick? Yes. I think that's gonna be it, folks. GG is called. I'll go ahead and put the link, the email where you can send replays over in the chat below. I know all of you have at least one good replay, at least one cool game that you have saved under your replays, and it would be my honor to go ahead and cast that for you. For now, folks, that is gonna be it for me. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Thank you for making esports at the local community level very possible. Thank you for all the compliments. It really means a lot to me, folks. Seriously, it does. And remember, above all else, ladies and gentlemen, that the internet could always use some more heroes.